Black Magic camera I had paid $1,700 for. So I
Yeah.
don't give a shit about somebody saying I scared anybody.
DJ, your mic is sung and somebody again a lot of background noise from.
So,
Go ahead,
so
go ahead.
DJ Genesis. So I see what was going on now in the chat. They trying to say that the only reason why you was trying to defend chocolate is because you was a scammer too. I didn't realize that.
No, yeah, I don't know if that's what they were saying, honey. I wasn't living in no hotel. I had a house and I bought another house. I was making money.
No, saying you were defending because they said that we were defending her.
No, I wasn't defending her. I was basically trying to break it down from a business standpoint. Like, okay, if I was doing business, like this is what I would have did, blah 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 blah. So why wasn't this? And once I was able to break that down, I was like, okay, well, it looked like she probably wasn't. She was basically taking the money. She probably was using it for a hotel. She probably thought she'd be able to get some more money and eventually buy the property. Who knows what kind of shit that she was going through? It sounded like she was going through some hell. I wouldn't go in business with a person that's like staying out of a hotel. That means you can't even get an apartment, or you first of all, you should buy land with you get a loan, get a bank loan, or get like a FHA loan or something like that, and you could put like a double wide on it, or you know what I'm saying. Those properties that guy sells are fucking for those damn campers and stuff. It's not even no 0.92 acres. That's like where you put like one of them damn campers on. You drive a camper up on it and do something with in Arizona. Come on now.
Genesis, did you ever make it to the island?
What island?
Not the island. They was in like in Colombia.
No, I never did all. Listen,
she wasn't part of the his group. She was, you know what I'm saying, she was somebody on the outside.
People that had gotten that when they escaped him and they needed somewhere to go, I was trying to help their ass out.
Oh, she was a refugee. I
was like trying to help.
Hold on. When you say escape, does that mean you escape island or like
what island? I know.
Okay, the compound, I guess.
I've never been to no.
You know what? I'm gonna ask the chat a question too. Do y'all want to review? Do y'all want to review Surviving DJ Genesis? Yeah. Should we review that shit, Genesis?
I mean, you can. Yeah, go ahead. I don't care. Yeah, go ahead. It's a 3-part series.
I'm gonna
say. As a matter of fact, if you want to share it that way, you could give us context while it's playing and shit like that.
I want to say something too, because I seen some people in the chat say that that I was defending chocolate and chocolate not gonna like me anymore, and I want them to know that I don't know chocolate. I've been to chocolate. I've met her on one panel and one more, but I don't know her, so I can't open. I really like the story, but I don't know her like that. I don't.
Queen, here's the thing though. I don't understand how people like think so one-dimensional about stuff. It's like we're all on a panel. Let's flush everything out because there may be some people in the chat that may have the same questions. Okay, what if we're giving her the benefit of the doubt? Can we do that? Can we give her the benefit of the doubt? So what about this? And then we go through it. It's called reasoning. You go through everything line by line and just like kind of like where you land, you just land there.
I think it's because y'all have an affinity for losers.
God damn, bro.
Y'all just love these niggas, man.
I don't personally talk with any losers.
Like who? Who's the losers? Put us on. What if we don't know they're losers? Who's the losers, man? Let us know.
You know how to have mature dialect is what it is. And I did come up and say my friend Chocolate. That don't mean she my damn friend. I'm telling y'all, I don't know Chocolate.
Wait a minute. So if you call somebody your friend, that means if I say, hey, friends, that means y'all not my friends?
Well,
online friend. You want me to? It's 3 parts. You want me to start from the beginning or the last part?
Is it a lot? How much is it?
It's a lot.
It's 3 parts.
I'm talking about in time.
About 40 minutes.
Each part.
40 minutes. All right. Wait a minute, bro. Wait a minute. Let's breathe. Let's go one step at a time. I'm trying to figure out if it's something we could review for the whole show or not. You know what I'm saying? You said it's just a 45-minute video, right, DJ?
Yeah. I can speed up and skip around. I don't have to play the whole thing.
I bet since you've seen it before, I appreciate you. My bad, Chaz.
Okay, so I'll start from the last one, or that one. Then you'll figure out if you want to go back and look because the other one. All right.
Just let me know when you want me to add it to the StreamYard.
Ooh.
Okay.
You got it.
This is where they feel like I scammed them out of something. Mhm. But meanwhile, never mind. So, anyways, okay, I'll play it.
Okay, so back in like 2021, we met DJ on Ego. 2022, Monica calls me and she's like, "Hey, we did bad business on the other thing." Hey,
Wait a minute. My bad. My bad for stopping it. Is this somebody? Is this your video?
No, this is the video. This is no, that's it's yeah, it's the
But we're not gonna get no nothing for reviewing it. And in that ain't that lady to the right your peoples? I could have swear she was your folks and shit. You her, you know what I'm
I
saying?
thought that we always folks and we always cool, you know.
Oh damn. All right, you got it.
We're going to cover what the energy in the home is like, what the day to day, consists of. Queen Azine is going to be telling us a lot about that. She has some experience with that. And again, the bad business. The business is always going to be at the basis of what we're speaking about because that is what this relationship with the foundation is based upon. And that is where most of the breakdown happens. And that is what ultimately leads to the complete separation between Tribe Zulu and DJ Genesis.
Now, meanwhile, okay, this girl only came to like do the hosting for the Charleston White, but she ended up staying in my house for 2 months. They were supposed to be all married with each other or something like. I guess that was his new wife. She only been there for 2 months. They've been staying with me for damn near a year for free. Okay, so let's go.
And a lot of it definitely comes to the surface with the Charleston White.
It's hilarious that she's running her goddamn mouth.
Princella event of the worlds colliding. So Chief Shaka, why don't you take it away? The last episode we were coming off of, the disagreement that had happened between DJ Genesis and you about the tax payment. Now this is in the midst of this now event is being planned. So where are we at with it?
Okay, so let me give you the background to the tax payment. So what happened is that I got my taxes back. Okay. And I'm like, well, I'm thinking, I'm like, dude, I'm the one who set the whole business up. I should not have to pay you to do my taxes. They did not have to pay for the software or nothing like that. I paid for the software. I paid to set the business up, everything. But then they want to charge me to get because when I got my taxes back, to charge me to get the tax. They lived in my house for free, by the way. That's where that whole thing went.
How are we feeling, and what are your thoughts and your feelings going into this event that we're supposed to be doing with DJ Genesis?
Okay, so mind you, going into this, like the whole Charleston White thing, she came up with this idea on her own. She never consulted with me. She never consulted with Nazine. So therefore, like for her to be like, all right, I'm gonna go do this and do that with Charleston White and Priscilla, she had already had it in motion. So when she presented it to us, it was like we were already on. We didn't have no choice but to be on board with her and to be supportive of her idea. At this point, now we're supportive of her. It's no longer a Zulu Vision project, and that's where I was feeling out of place because it's like, how is it that you're using my name, you're using my brand, and you're using me?
First of all, Zulu Vision didn't even exist. Okay, I asked him what should we call it, and he said Zulu Vision. I started the whole TV station and everything based around Zulu Vision, and paid for it. Was paying monthly and everything. Starting this thing, I'm thinking we're putting something together as a group. You know what I'm saying?
Wait.
These is Nature Boy people or some because Nature Boy is on some Zulu shit.
No, see, they used to be. They stayed like maybe a couple months with Nature Boy.
Okay.
Own thing called Tribe Zulu.
Okay. I think E-Black got a.
Would leave Nature Boy would end up over there with him with Tribe Zulu, and he was trying the same thing at my house, bringing everybody over my house. Like he taught me, brought Velvet and Solar and bringing people over my house from Tribe Zulu. I mean, from Nation.
But yet, I have no place in this thing.
Wait a minute, DJ. I think somebody else had a question. I think E-Black had a question.
So y'all created a group, and then basically, from what I'm hearing, is that basically based off of that group and that operation, you got a tax return based on that.
Say it again. I'm sorry, my daughter was asking me a question. Go ahead.
It sounds like based on the group activity, y'all got a tax return. You got a tax return based on that operation.
No.
You
I
got
was
a tax
the whole
return based
entire
on
time
what?
that I was that they were there. I was working. I had a regular job. I was making 120 bucks a year, 20,000 a year. So I had my tax return when it came back. They did my taxes because I was taking money out of my pocket from my job and trying to I was trying to create like a separate another income. You know what I'm saying? Working with them as a team
So
because they
you
were
never claimed
in Mexico.
you never claimed business expenses on your tax return?
No, it was all from my
Per-
actual tax.
Personal income.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. I see where you coming from now. Because I can see where they coming from if they saying, hey, we created a business and then you deducting based on our operation and you
No,
got this tax return. You're saying, hey, I'm claiming my regular taxes and I'm getting my regular tax return.
exactly.
Okay.
They didn't doctor anything or nothing like that. So it was
So
just
did
straight.
you have documentation to show them that you didn't file for the business?
I didn't file for the bit. What do you mean? I mean,
Say that you didn't file the taxes. He's asking about the taxes being filed with it.
I never filed business taxes. I've always done
Okay,
personal
that's
taxes
it
and
right there.
Schedule
Never
C.
filed anything for the business.
Right, Schedule C. I would do
Okay.
a Schedule C, so it's almost like the same thing as personal, to where I could write off things in the house because everything was being run out of the house at a loss. You know what I'm saying? So there we go. So that's pretty much how it went down.
I think that's where I'm hearing what they're saying. I think they're saying, oh, y'all, you got these taxes and you claimed us as dependents
No, no.
or write-offs. You know what I
You know
mean?
what? For me, DJ, I understand what you're saying, but that's why I said earlier, I was like, no, I want to watch the video because for me, I like to listen to what people say, but I like for them to finish first.
Hmm.
Like I would have wanted to hear you tell the story first, then hear their side of it. Because it's a different
I'll let y'all hear it all the way through, and then you ask me
right.
whatever questions. Go ahead.
Or
When
whenever
it's
I'm
no,
gonna
what you
go
go
can't
for
ahead.
even
it.
But
come
we
with
gotta,
how
but
that
we gotta
even
stop it
start
every
that.
now and then
Exactly.
just for fair use. I don't want
You don't
to
have to
get
do
no
it today.
strike. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Go.
Actually, my point, and the point of my next point is that she created Zulu Vision without even having a conversation with Zulu Vision TV was created by Monica Lockett, not by me and Nazim. Nobody. That was created by her on her own. And then she tried to throw it in my face one day when I'm like, well, if this is that's something that you created for me, why don't I have any control? Why don't I have any say so? Why am I not a part of any of this? If you want me to be a part of it, like let me know what my role is. What's my role in this movie? And she never gave me a role. She never gave Razine a role. She just dragged us along. That's what to do. I need you to do this. And
She
I
want
need
to
you
give
to
you
do
that
that.
bill.
So then when it came down to it, we like, all right, wait, well, if we're gonna be saying this and representing this and being a part of this, then we got to know what our percentage of this is, because we're not just gonna be working for free.
Right. So then now, meanwhile, okay, I'm paying for all the equipment, everything like that for Zulu Vision. I'm paying for the website for Zulu Vision. Okay, I'm
If you're
sorry.
not
Let me be
gonna
quiet. I'm
pay
sorry. I was talking
Charleston White
Let me be quiet.
$2,000, and you're gonna say, and she said she paid Princella $1,800, which is a total of almost $4,000. So how are we gonna recoup this $4,000 if you're talking about you don't care about making money? That shit don't make sense to me when that's what I came here to do with you, was to make money. And I'm showing you how we gonna make money. And then you're going behind, you're showing me how we not gonna make money and how we just want to do this shit for the publicity, nigga, when we already got all that. We got these two people who are gonna sell the show, and we are gonna reap the rewards of it because we're gonna put on the show. And we're gonna have it all in one place where everybody could come and watch it and be supportive of us and be able to build our brand as a whole, as a unit, as a team. And she took that away from us.
Because that's one thing that she would always try to say, we're just starting out. So, a lot of things we're not going to make money. We're just starting out. We just want to get people to come. And one thing that, Shaka would always try to let her know, well, if you're dealing with people like Shaka, who already has a following, Princella already has a following, Charleston White already has a following, then we actually, we can make some money.
We already have a draw. We are the draw.
So we don't have to move it as amateurs. We don't have to move as people who are just such in the beginning stages. And we can charge. And he's not saying to charge a lot.
We were going to charge $2, $1.99.
Okay. So that was the plan that came. All right. Well, since now that you gave us this network, now we got this network. Now we need to work this network. We need to make this network the best it can be. So let's come out with dope content and present it on this platform for a small fee, and deal with people who already have a bit of a following, so they know they're going to bring people in
Right there for a
to the
second.
bag. Okay. We got a plan. We have a plan of action.
Like start right there. So right there, if they're coming out because they sound like they're people that really wanted to pursue the business and they wanted the business to be good and successful, what part of that was a problem with you? Like, where did the rift come? Y'all wasn't on the same page?
The rift came afterwards. I didn't even realize that they had all these feelings until the end when they stole all my equipment. I found out that he was talking to Jaguar and he hated me and this, that, the other. Like, so all this was a surprise. I was like, what? You know what I'm saying? Because yeah, like I was like, wow.
So you never heard none, they never complained to you in all this time. You never heard them say nothing. There was nothing to give you
we had one situation where we got into it when we were supposed to have the event being the Charleston White and Priscilla event this one day, and I think I had to like pay a bill or something like the electric went off or some shit like that, and so we had to reschedule it or some shit like that happened. Oh no, I couldn't pay Charleston the rest of the deposit, so we had to move the date back. So he got mad and we got into this huge argument. But I'm the one paying for everything. Like there's no money being paid by them. You know what I'm saying? So
what she's saying right here was like, listen, if you play her back, she just said, we got this. We can make this do. We don't have to live like we just started now. We don't got to start. So I'm not understanding where the disconnect came from right there, because she's saying that you wanted to go one way, which was the pole way, but they didn't want to go the pole way. They wanted to go this particular way. So they acted like they had money. Did they not really have money?
They didn't have no money. They wasn't
talking big.
Basically, and all this draw that Shasta supposedly had, he wasn't even in the video with Charleston. So what draw is he bringing? Zulu Vision was a new company. Nobody knew about Zulu Vision.
And you like chocolate. You got receipts too.
Yeah.
Then we good to go.
100%. So let's go.
Yeah. Of how everything is going to be run, they hit me up, and that's when I come into play. And as you know, you guys may or may not know, we have all been in contact for a few years now, because we didn't start over on Bigo, and even before then on Instagram, a lot of us met on Instagram. So that's when the tribe hits me up, and they're like, listen, we have this going on, and we would love it if you came and you hosted, and you've helped facilitate and be a part of this opportunity.
And mind you, I looked at it like, all right, if I get Glitter to sit in for me, because I was supposed to be the host, but if I get her to sit in for me, then not only do we get that bag, we also get that bag, because if I stay at work, we also make it extra $200.
Yeah, because he was working. He had
right. So he's working. So they're pocketing all their money. They're not paying me rent. They're pocketing all their money. The whole objective was for them to build up their money and go to Mexico. So I was allowing that to happen. I'm just saying, in the meantime, we can set these business up. You guys go to Mexico. You'll have residual income. We'll have this station that we're going to do, because we was going to create like a TV station and all this stuff on Roku. And that was $299 a month I'm paying for that. So let's go.
Full-time worker. So I was like, why am I going to take off work when I can stay at work, get that bag, and then have Glitter and Azeen run that show together? That way Azeen's not doing all the work by herself. So boom, it was a double whammy for us to get 2 bags at once.
Yeah. Yep. So we had that plan. We had the plan to get the bag of charging, just simply the $2 to stream it on the network, because the plan was to funnel everybody into one place to watch it.
Which was Zulu Vision.
Which was Zulu Vision, the T Television Network, the gift. Okay, the gift.
That's $350 a month originally.
Pay $300 a month. I'm like, if we're gonna pay $300 a month,
we gotta make it make sense.
Something.
And we needed to. Our main thing was to get subscribers over to that.
Like what, $1, $2?
It was like $199. Guys, we're gonna charge for this.
Even if we only brought in a couple thousand people, that's a couple thousand.
Yes, and we're still going to give away some of it for free. We're going to stream some of it, but then in order to see all of it, you were going to have to come over to the network. Okay, it was a great plan, and this is where the frustration comes, because we make these plans and then Miss Monica just goes and does whatever she wants to do.
So we're all thinking that we're all on board.
All on board. And
so yes, we were like, let's do it for a fee. Now she's hanging out with Quintella more, right? And she's she's really trying to be on Quintella's team. She's trying to get into Quintella's network. So
she's like trying to manage her low key. It was really strange.
She's like, you're gonna go on Real Life. You're gonna go.
So me, Monica, and Quintella all went to Real Life Street Stars together, and we brought her and presented her to Real Life Street Stars, just like we did Solar, Velvet, and myself, as well as DJ. Now she put herself on the show as well, because she's always got to be. She's like fucking Diddy. She want to be all in the video. She want to be all in the production.
Whoa. They say you. Wait a minute, DJ Genesis.
But she can't dance, and she don't got no one to fucking swag like that.
Wait a minute, DJ Genesis. Why they say you like Diddy? That is crazy. That is some wild shit.
Yeah, they say I want to be all up in the video. I want to be all up in the middle of stuff. I want to be known. I want to be dancing in the background, like I'm.
But it wasn't no baby oil shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like they saying, I want to be. You didn't hear what he said. He said she want to be all up in the video. Like what Suge Knight say. If you want to come over to Death Row, if you don't, want people dancing in your video, dancing, all that stuff.
She's always got to be. She's like fucking Diddy. She want to be all in the video. She want to be. all in the production room. She want to be all on the song. She want to be fucking puffy.
That's why I say,
but she can't dance,
doing.
and she don't got no one to fucking swag like that.
That's why she be letting niggas like love it so I can live with her because she want.
That man sound like a Diddy fan. Go ahead, Queen got a question. Go ahead.
See how much in her bag can get. Let's see what those had to get off.
So she.
I got a question because we do got to find a way to connect these dots. Because you are such a good person. You were so good to them. You did a whole lot of work. You had money. You were supporting, buying equipment. You was doing everything to make the business grow and pop. I just want to know what made these three turn on you. Like, what happened? Did you stop giving money? Because this is going to be the opposite of Chocolate. Chocolate had everybody against her as far as the receipts. Now, these people are talking and they're against you. But I'm wondering, why did three of them, why did they turn on you? Like, were you the outside friend? Did they come together as a three?
They're married with each other. They're like a couple. They're like a polygamous couple. So that's why she keeps calling him her chief and all this, my husband, all that stuff. They're all, this girl over on the right and then him and that, they're all in like a three-way polygamous couple.
Okay.
And I'm just over here like just setting up the business, trying to like generate some money, because I said, okay, well, because the other businesses, the tax business didn't really make no money. So I said, well, maybe we do this TV station, we can make some money. The whole objective was for them to go to Mexico because he had child support, so he couldn't go straight over there.
That's what I was gonna ask you. I was gonna ask you if there were any children involved, because it seems like there's young children involved.
Yes.
Or are they staying with you? Yeah.
But what happened to make them turn on you is my question.
I think it's because when he when the whole Charleston White, so we did the main event with Princella, that blew up. You're gonna hear them actually like talk about how they felt like I tried to backdoor them and all this other crazy stuff. And so they're like, they didn't like the fact that I had simul streamed the Charleston White thing on my show on top of it being on the Zulu Vision thing. But I was like, I want to still have ownership of this thing. I don't want to just put it on that thing. If anything happened, I don't have any ownership. So I simul streamed it. They got mad about that. Then they got mad about when I threw the event, the town hall meeting, and all this is money coming out of my pocket. They're not paying for nothing. You know what I'm saying? They got mad about that. Well, you trying to use us, this, that, the other. You trying to take over, whatever. You ain't asking me what you should do with my money. Now, and these are my ideas that I'm putting together. You hear he say that I'm the one to put together the Zulu Vision Network. The only thing he did was give the name.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Wait. So, but they had the access, is what you're saying.
Access. No.
But they said they have access to Charleston.
I'm the one who got access to Charleston. I'm the one who got access to Princella.
Okay. All right. Yeah. They're just basically, it sounds like to me, it sounds like the homie running game and these females just following along. And it just, it's a whole bunch of fuck shit. Yeah.
She basically turned on us for Princella. Mm-hmm. She's basically like, well, fuck y'all. Princella got a bigger name than y'all. She's a bigger draw. You guys are nobody.
But she pays to play, y'all.
And we like, so why the fuck would you put this network in our name if we don't got a big enough brand for you?
Mm-hmm. Why is the network?
Why are you using our name? Why you just put the shit in your name? You wouldn't have to worry about us saying shit to you if you would have just put it in your motherfucking name. Why would you put it in our name if we wasn't big enough?
So we get into the fact.
I never said they weren't big enough.
You should just put it on YouTube, because everybody's on YouTube and you'll get a larger audience that way. Now we're diving into, now it's no more about making money. Now all of a sudden it's about how many people can she reach with her video. Mm-hmm.
And mind you, I'm against that shit, because I said that shit only works for Princella. And the only person that's going to win if we do that is Princella.
That's where her audience was.
I want to use Princella and Charleston to draw an audience to Zulu Vision, to where we can get our subscribers, even if it was just 2,000, 1,000 subscribers. Even if it was 100, we still would have made enough to pay for the subscription.
To support what we're doing.
We still would.
Hey, DJ,
mm-hmm.
Let me ask you a question. Were y'all like on different pages? Because it sounds like once you seen the open door where y'all could make money or y'all can keep growing, did y'all kind of like miss the balance with each other? Because it looked like they on a different side of trying to grow the business. Whereas then you got to a point in the business where you seen the success and you felt like y'all could really do it. And they wanted to do it in a quick way and you wanted to do it the right way and build in different areas as well.
Exactly. That's exactly what I want to do.
That's why I wanted to ask you something.
What Princella said is that, you guys could funnel everybody over to Zulu Vision, but people like to be on YouTube.
Right.
No YouTube. They don't know ZuluVision.com. You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you a question. Are you still in that same mode of trying to grow the business or grow your business?
Right now, no, I've gave up on all that stuff. I left at a loss. I lost thousands of dollars. I almost lost my home. The whole thing just was a mess. So yeah.
Is that something that you would try to do again?
I am in the process of trying to do it again now. But it took me years to build back up to be able to even get close to.
You know what? Because sometimes you got to break down to build back up. Sometimes when you breaking down is what build you back up, and you got to understand that. But when you break down and you really broke down, but if it's something that you're passionate about, you better believe you got it. If it's something that you because listen, people gonna say what they want to say in the chat because they don't understand where you was at. I see that there was a breakdown in the communication, and that's why you got to be careful when you're dealing in partnership. If you're going to deal in partnership like that, you got to understand two people trying to run a show can work if you have the understanding to run it that way. So where they trying to build up on one side, if y'all would have been able to talk, communicate, and collab together, you could have been trying here and there. But long as y'all know that y'all on the same path trying to work together. But if this your passion, I think you should pick it back up. Because I hear what you was trying to do.
Yeah,
you should.
Yeah, I'm and I know I'm not. They're still young. They could be in front of the camera and doing it. I'm not trying to be. They're trying to say I'm trying to be in the front of the camera. I could have just been production and put the whole thing together, and I'd be happy with that. They trying to make it seem like I was trying to be all in front of the camera. I don't even be in front of the camera here. So if I was trying to be all up in front of the camera, I would have been in front of the camera. You don't never really see me in front of the camera, even when I'm on my own show. I don't be in front of the camera. So yeah, let me just well no.
I made enough so that the network can now finally support itself.
Correct.
And we're not coming out of our pocket, and Monica's not coming out of our pocket. But she didn't give a fuck about none of that shit.
Exactly. And okay, and let's talk about YouTube. I want to make it clear because I wanted to make sense for you guys. Monica has a lot of vices, like I told y'all. She gets very fixated on things. One thing that she is heavily fixated on is motherfucking YouTube. Okay, this YouTube is a big part of her fucking life. YouTube has all these goddamn dark, dusty corners of subcultures of people who are fixated on certain things, and she is this group of people. It has a lot to do with Jaguar Right, which we'll get into that in the next episode. So keep it locked because we got some piping hot tea there. But there's this corner of YouTube where they live, where it's like they're all obsessed with the drama of each other. So she's on this YouTube, y'all, until 6, 7 in the morning or whatever. It was so important for her to stream this on her YouTube.
Yeah, so I just want to say, I want to tap back into my first experience being around Monica, okay? One of the things that she said that she doesn't smoke around kids. Okay,
she did say that when we.
Now, let me say something about this whole YouTube thing, right? I was building my channel. So, just like I'm sitting here,
ain't nothing to say.
I'm trying to do my channel. I'm on different platforms. I'm trying to learn this whole streaming thing. When they did Zulu Vision, there was 8 members. They had 8 people on that, and I had almost 2,000 people on mine. So when it came time to broadcast the Charleston White event, I said, well, I should dual stream it because it's going to be more people to see it versus your 8 people that's going to see it on your channel because they weren't doing anything to promote it. They're complaining about me being up till 6, hustling and grinding, trying to get my channel up. But you can see the results that my channel now. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so you're Monica. You are Monica.
Yeah, that's talking about me.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, I get it now.
Yep.
You ain't got to explain that.
I don't smoke around my children. I don't smoke around kids. I go outside. She went outside maybe the first week, maybe 2 weeks, right? But it was getting cold. Okay, and she stopped going outside, and she started staying in the house. So you have the kitchen, you have the living room, and you got her office right there. So she's always in her office on the computer. She always got sick, and she always got a beer. Okay, that's what she did every single day, all day, and she was always watching YouTube, even when she was at work. She had YouTube over there in the corner, and she was watching. I'm not even going to name drop. She was watching a lot of different people. Mm-hmm. She was watching all the carbonation sauces. Every person that ever reported carbonation, she watched it. Okay, she watched every video. She'll play it back. She'll rewind it.
Oh yeah,
talking about her. Don't let you talk about her. She gonna replay it and study it. Mm-hmm. Try to like memorize.
Mm-hmm. Laugh, cry.
But then have us up. But then have us. She's like a nature boy. Nigga would have us up all night watching this shit with her.
Yes, she would like 3-4 because once she get lit off a few, she wants you to come in and
sleep. Come in here and watch this shit with her.
She will come in and watch. Oh my god. And be like,
and we try to be supportive of whatever the fuck she's talking about. We try to be her friend. But goddamn, after a while, we said fuck that.
It's draining.
I like watching that stuff.
After months of doing that shit,
it's draining.
I'm not watching that.
It's draining, and I'm telling you, hours of it, you guys, like watching it over and over and over again until 6 and 7 in the morning. Like we can't. Nobody's doing that.
I do that. I do that. That's what you do when you grind.
She was like studying them.
They crazy as hell.
But I'm just like, that's all she did every day. And every time we walk by her, come here real quick. Let me show you.
You know what's weird about that? She never took the time to study the people that she bring into her house.
She brings her own house.
Why you bringing all these people to her house? She didn't know. She said she didn't know nothing about her business. She trying to say it was a box in the wall that's smaller than her garage. Fact, that's not facts. That's wrong.
Even if it was, listen.
DJ, you was too good.
Correct. So why judge the size? Correct. When we're like starting out, we're just doing something like either support us.
And you believed in it, so don't try to come now and act like you didn't believe in everything. And you
she didn't believe in it because at the end of the day, if she believed in it, she would have invested in it. And she didn't invest into nothing but her own things and what she was trying to get built up for herself. And she was trying to use us as fucking indentured servants to her to work for her for free so that she can get some free labor, like she said, that she assumed Nature Boy got out of people. Nature Boy got that out of the people that came there with nothing.
Correct.
We didn't go there with nothing.
Correct.
We came there as partners with them.
We ended up there for a year because we were trying to support her. We were trying to support every little business thing she threw at us, especially this network. This network was just a big thing, and we just did our best to support her. And it just caused us to be there longer and longer until we got to the point where we just couldn't be there anymore.
So yeah, with this Princella stuff, like we said at this time, you know, Princella, like she gets new fixations right now. At this point in time, it's Princella. This is the new thing that she's into. She's watching all of her videos. She buying the books, honey. She is into Princella, and this is really when her man hating like is in kind of like overdrive.
Hey DJ, I have a question.
She told me about Princella like maybe a month or two before she actually like got her on the show.
I want to ask a question. How many views did their videos get? Because they say you
their videos their videos was probably getting like 1,000 or something like that, but the Charleston White thing got at some point like 7.1 million. 200 on my channel. I think it's at like 258,000. I reissued it out, and now it's at like about 20,000 right now.
So wait a minute. So this right here only got 1,000 views.
Yeah.
You ain't mad about that, are you?
Nah.
So we just talking about nothing because they didn't even hit the streets. We just put it in the streets. We just re-entered it in the street, and
that's why I don't even care. I'm like, whatever. You know, he got an album coming out. Maybe to help him out. I don't care. I'm like, bro.
Oh, he be rapping.
Yeah, he got a reaction video on him. I'll do a reaction video on them and recreate this. How about that?
Yeah.
This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Right. It wasn't on your page. Why did you make us sit through this?
Because other people's calling me a scammer. Okay, well, listen to their side and tell me what part, who's scamming who coming out with the money. They haven't mentioned a dime that they paid yet. We 15 minutes in, they haven't mentioned a dime. They talking about how much money I was paying and spending out, or whatever the fuck I was spending, like my stupid ass, you know. I got a team. I'm like investing in like a dumbass, you know.
And it was talking about how obsessive you are over your business because they don't understand this is entertainment / business. And when you come in here thinking that you only about to entertain, you're gonna work your ass like a hobo. You gotta understand that there's two parts to this thing. And when they don't get that,
in every channel, I'm watching every video. What is this YouTube content creation thing?
I ain't gonna hold you. I understand that part of it for sure.
Yeah, you have to judge it and not even know what it is, because what you just gonna jump out there, and especially if I'm spending $3,000 on trying to put something big together, I need to know what's going on. You know?
Did you learn anything from this?
I learned a lot.
Well, let me ask you this. How ultimately did you get in contact with Princella? Because it sounds like you started from the bottom up.
Well, I saw her on TikTok
But how did you get her?
I reached out to her.
I think she wasn't that big. I think she's trying to say she known her before she got unreachable.
Actually, I'm the reason why I helped her to get to the point. I helped her to get big because before that she had like maybe 20,000 subscribers. by the time she went, I put her on Real Life Street Stars, and then she came back to Real Life Street. I was the one who initiated Real Life Street. I put her on Sonetter, that whole debacle that happened on Sonetter.
Yeah.
I had her on different the Not Show, and then
Didn't this busty lady in the video did the Charleston White and Princella interview?
Yes.
Hmm.
And it was like almost like they just didn't like the fact that I had put so much, like that Princella had blew up from me doing that. But Shaka got on Real Life Street Stars too. So like, why didn't he capitalize off of that?
Wait. You did the Charleston White, and I'm sorry if I'm interrupting DJ.
No, you good. Y'all ask DJ any questions. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't want to, because you know me, I get to talking. But so you did the whole DJ when Priscilla and Charleston White came together. You did that interview.
That was in my garage. I put the whole thing together.
Wow. Okay. I'm sorry. Wow.
So these people are mad because that. You know what I'm saying? They're mad because of that. I should have did it a certain way. Like they feel like it was a missed opportunity to make a bag or whatever.
DJ, do you understand what she? Oh, okay. I'm sorry, y'all. Wow.
What are you gonna say? Do I understand what?
Go ahead, E. Go ahead, man.
Genesis. Okay. Pure genius. I'm sorry. I let me switch my focus.
Thank you. Thank you, E. Thank you, Black. Can we stop talking now and we get in the back chat on this?
Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let me apologize now.
You heard
I am sorry.
Right? You heard my line of questioning, right?
Yeah. No more questions for me, Black, tonight.
Huh?
No more questions for me.
Boom, beat stop. We gonna get you in the back chat because listen, Genesis, you heard me say it from the beginning. I say they can laugh if they want to. They making a joke, but we gonna make a mockery of them because I'm gonna react to them. At the end of the day, what they don't understand, they missed a huge opportunity. They're not getting that because they weren't on the same page with you. And you can't do business when you're serious people like that, and you know it, you see the vision, you the blueprint. Anything get in your way, now I guarantee you know. When you getting through those woods, should nothing stop you. Nothing.
Oh, listen, I just did a video with Unc 607, right? I had my godmother come and do a thing. It got 200 and some odd thousand views.
Do it again.
So I see things before it's about. I see when people are about to. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, so I saw when Princella was about to blow up. I saw that Unc was about to blow up. Okay, this person is about to take off. And I know, hey, let me reach out. You know what I'm saying?
So Black, thank you for regrouping because we were somewhere else with that other story. But you know what we did? We had to get past that other story to clear the room to get to the right stories. Thank God I wanted to see this video. I tell you, one thing I tell people all the time, they say, oh, you come taking sides. The hell with a side. I want to hear the damn story. I don't give a damn what your mammy name is. Just tell the story and tell it the right way. At the end of the day, we cleared the room because this story was the story we should have heard. This story right here. Because this, when you're talking about business, when you're talking about the right stuff, y'all didn't line right. And I hope you learned your lesson. Now you know what to look for.
Well, yeah, I lost a man. It was a very expensive.
You get it back. You didn't lose it yet. Don't say that. You didn't lose it. Sometimes you got to lose to win. You really, really do.
Right. Yeah.
Y'all can interview me any day. You got to lose to win. But when you know you got it in your heart, don't let nobody stop you. Nobody.
Listen, it's 2 years. It took me 2 years to at least get to this point. You know what I'm saying?
It took me 3 years.
Yeah.
It took me 3 and I'm 50. I just turned 50 and I feel like I'm on fire.
Yeah, I just turned 48 2 days ago. Yeah.
I mean, you better wake up.
Right. Well, trust me. After that, I have not partnered. Like if I know better now. Contracts got to be in place. I can't be buddy. You're my friend. Let's work together. I'm investing in you. We work together. Handshake. That bullshit. That's out the window now. I will never do that again. So
it ain't out the window because you just need to meet the right people where that can stay in the window. Because I know what you was trying to tell them earlier. You was trying to tell them, listen. Sometimes if it don't take money and we could grow, let's try to grow. Let's not worry about this. Let's not worry about extravagant. Let's get where we need to go because I can see the vision. But some people don't line with you like that. And that's where the problem come in, where you can't have those type of partnerships.
Right. Because I'm like, because I said, if you're trying to drag people from a YouTube space onto your own channel space like that, that's not going to happen overnight. Right. And they're like, no, we got to make the bag. It's like, well, that's going to probably only be a couple.
Yeah. To be honest with you, like because I do want to have bigger people on my platform,
That's right.
but the thing is I want to build my shit up to where when I chopping it up with them is a different conversation than if it look like I'm begging them for a favor, because that shit do not, that shit is the struggle,
You
you know what
know
I'm
why?
saying?
You know why it's a struggle, DJ? It's a struggle because we don't work together. If we learn how to work together and support the right way, see, that's the thing, it's called support. And when you don't support the right way, that's when we fall into problems with trying to connect with other people that we should have been connected with. And like I
Mm.
say that to say, I'll come and sit on the panel, I'll build a panel up, so forth and so on. And it's not a struggle for me because I don't mind one way or the other. But when I know I go and sit on a stage and I connect with them and entertaining the conversation, whatever, and then they don't come back and support, I think it starts from stuff like that. But if that's what you're looking for out of people, you ain't gonna get it. You just got to keep going. Well, whatever your plan is on your blueprint, just keep going, because eventually the crowd gonna come to you, they're gonna follow, and then you have your own trend. But sometimes we still have to support other people in order to get that trend started.
Right.
That's the problem. They don't know how to build communities together.
Could you imagine? Like, how many times have I sat on this channel till 6 in the morning?
Hell
See,
yeah,
You understand?
crazy.
yeah,
So
me too. You know how long I've
But
been
you
on
know
it?
this thing though, a lot
there's
of other content creators, they don't understand that sometimes you gotta give it up like that. You know what I
And
mean?
reach back. Reach back. You know what I was saying? They think because just because you have, I don't care if you have 200,000 subscribers. I mean, in the world that I come from, that's a little number for real. In all honesty, that's a little number to me. So I'm like, how just because you got 200,000 subscribers, you think you're better than me? Like, is it? It's not hard to reach back and say hello. Well, what about the art of giving? Reach back because you was here before. Why don't you reach back and grab a small channel? Reach back.
I mean,
I like
I don't think you should go around expecting that, because it's
exactly.
gonna make you, you're gonna run into too much disappointment. You know what I mean? You gotta grind regardless of if somebody throw you a bone or not. You know what I mean?
Exactly. But that's a part of giving, growing communities is what the point is. But listen, it gives them a lot too, though. It gives them a lot too. I guess it depends on what realm of this business you're looking at. Because I guarantee you, DJ understand what I'm saying. It means a whole. It's with. I mean, the business side of it, I see a huge. And you're supposed to eat, sleep, and dream about it.
And see, okay, people are asking about the Jaguar Wright debacle. So the Jaguar Wright thing came into play because when Shaka first moved there, my child father is by 10 from Slum Village, right?
Right.
So so I knew that they were in touch with Jaguar, but I knew Jaguar from back in the 90s. I was the first, I booked her back in the day at State of the Union nightclub when she was with Black Lily. So I was trying to see if they would help me get to her, but I was able to email her and let her know what happened to, hey. And then she came to the house, she sung a song to them. And the thing is that once she kind of got into the house, she was more interested in carbonation than the thing. And then we kind of ended up falling out because some stuff happened with, that's a whole long story. But she kind of played a role in kind of putting bugs into their ear too. You know what I'm saying? Because she kind of like divide and conquer, So she was able to like kind of get on their side and like kind of get them against me. And then, because she'd call every single day talking mess about me. You need to get away from her. She's, just talking crap because she got mad because that girl, Legina, who says she was Aaliyah's daughter or whatever, she got mad that I had that I had helped her to get away from Jaguar because she didn't want to stay in Louisiana. It's a whole long story. So, bottom line is that caused a whole riff. You know what I'm saying? It caused the whole thing.
Mm.
So,
Was Jaguar still in music at that time?
no.
Oh, okay.
She was still on that whole she was beginning to start the whole thing about the Diddy stuff, like that whole thing. So
Okay.
she was on Real Life Street Stars. Actually, she was the one who introduced me to Real Life Street Stars. They were supposed to do the biography for my dad. I mean, my baby's dad.
Mm.
They were supposed to shoot it. So.
Sitting, like, Monica act like we don't ever hang out. Oh, we were sitting in the living room.
Man, we would hang out every fucking day.
I always check in and talk with her.
So we would sit on the couch, Monica and I, and she was watching this video. And it was a girl, she was talking, and I'm listening to what she's saying, and I'm like what? Because I've never heard this girl. I didn't know who she was. I just came in on something. So I'm like, wait, I'm like, wait, does she have a problem with men? And Monica was like, yeah, she don't really like men. And so I'm like, okay. So I just sit there a little bit more and I start listening more. I'm like, so Monica, do you not like men? Because
she was taping her, she was going hard.
Intently. And she was like, nah, I don't like men either. And I got very uncomfortable in that moment. And that was like maybe like really early into our experience at the house. So I'm thinking
like a month in, maybe 2 months in.
I'm like, I got 2 boys and I got a man. Like, it's like,
man, she's lying. I don't like men, but I got like 3 kids. What the fuck? Anyway,
what the hell?
That's crazy. Whatever. Look, I don't like men. No, I mean I might have been a little jaded because I had just had the situation with the dude I was with at the time. I probably was like kind of eating that content up with Princella. These men. You know what I'm saying? But I was seeing the numbers. Okay, you know what I'm saying? That's what I was looking at. That she was blowing up, and I said, okay, I want to work with her because I'm like, she's about to blow up. And that's what I saw. And so I said, well, if I put you together with Charleston White, because they started calling her the female Charleston White after she did Fresh and Fit. So I said, okay, put her together with Charleston. Because at first it was going to be Angry Man, but that wasn't going to work. So I tried different people. Okay, what do you think about?
Wait, you were trying to match different people up with her, or were you just trying to get different people in general?
Match her up with her to like debate. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to put different shows together,
Wait. So you couldn't get Angry Man, but you got Charleston White? That's crazy.
Yeah.
So Charleston White, that was a good lick. Damn. Hey man.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, yo. like I'm listening to this. I'm like, yo, I am dumbfounded. Bro, go ahead.
Right, you see a show, you don't even know the back end that's going on with it. Like what?
No, I get it because like I've been doing podcasting for like 4 years, and I get like the little shows and the people behind it, but like to see certain people who I see it, I hear it, and I see it. Now, it's a lot of bum ass niggas around here, so I feel you. I appreciate you. If nobody else says, I appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
I don't know about masculine energy.
What happened to Queen? Did she leave?
I think she probably dropped. She probably come back up because usually most content creators they say that they dip in the private chat or something. She just dropped it. Probably a connection or something.
Oh, okay.
So for you to say that, I'm like, why did you bring my men and my 2 boys into your home? If that's how you feel about if you feel like the way she feels about men and stuff. But now that I'm thinking about it, it's like she tried to like emasculate you throughout this entire experience. She tried to be the big dog over you. She really just wanted to. And I feel like part of that came from her watching these Princella.
Yes,
because
she was combative with him. I feel like because he was a man, and she felt like she had this chip on her shoulder or something to prove
she
like
was
that.
She was trying to get me out the way so that all of y'all could come together and have this woman power.
Because she low key wanted that.
This is what they was trying to do. It was going to be like polyandry. It was going to be all of these women: Monica, Azine, Glittery, Princella, Legina. What's the other girl name? Angel. It was nothing but women. If you think about it, and I was the only nigga. I was the only man. So you got all these fucking women that they were gonna come together and do what? They was gonna try to run me. Nigga, please.
Try to run him.
They wanted to run me.
It was crazy. So as they asked me to come down to host it, so I didn't know money. I had heard of Charleston White. I didn't know much about him either. I had only seen clips of his viral moments. But I didn't know anything about Princella, so I had to do some research. So I started to look into these people, and when I got there, Monica had the book. I read most of this book. And Azine is correct. If you never watched Princella stuff, it's crazy. It's intense, and it's a lot. And that's the first thing that I got from it. It's like, wow, I think I don't want to make a judgment, but it feels like she just does not. She hates men.
So now, I hang out with Princella. I go to me and her got free tickets to go to the Charleston White event to go meet with Charleston White. So we drove in separate cars, but I met up with her. We kicked it at the show. I got a chance to know her outside. And then she started coming to the house.
You recorded with her, right?
I did a song with her. I got 2 songs with her. I did a remix of my first song, Streets. She's on the remix of that, and I got a song with her, just me and her together. So
wait.
I'll drop that solo as an EP. Another project, but they're gonna be on it. I got Charleston White on some shit as well too.
Wait, he got a song with Priscilla
and with Charleston.
Wait. Who is it? DJ, pull that up. Pull that out, DJ.
You think we're getting it? You know what? I
don't
think
have
we
I
might be
don't,
private
I
in
don't,
this shit anyway. Go ahead,
I don't
Oh
have the
my
song. I
god,
don't have the
bro.
song.
nah, a lot
This,
of shit transpired. Just you know what I'm saying.
I don't care about none of that. This shit is crazy, bro.
You know what? Do we got a music video that we could watch and mute the audio or something? Cause I don't want to get no copyright strike. You know what I mean?
Of his, I can show it. Yeah, I don't see.
this nigga got a video with wait, he got a video with he got a
Nah, he
song with
probably got
Prince
a
Elvis.
song with him. I don't know if he got a video. We probably would have been seeing that shit. You know what I mean? There's no
Nah,
way.
that's the thing. Them shits be dead, man. That shit be in the YouTube archives, nigga.
Man, Princella, nah, somebody would have find that shit. People find her old shit, her rapping on Twitter and shit like that.
That's
Thinking somebody would have pulled that shit
crazy.
up.
Bro, I'm being a fan, right? I'm sorry. I'm not being professional at all. This is crazy.
Now you know we not professional over here, man. Come on, this is not.
Like, I would let y'all rock so hard, but I'm like, nah, I gotta speak. This shit is wow. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead, continue. I'm gonna be like Big Jizz. You know what? Let me just mute up, man.
The nigga's big giz, bro. Come on, man. This
I'm
nigga
sorry,
always
Big Jizz. Big Jizzle. My fault.
go ahead, DJ. You could play it while you search for the track. Oh shit, she got it. I guess you could probably play it if it don't sound like it don't sound.
That's a different curve. See no brothers on the song for a little shine. They was laughing, they ain't had nothing. Now they plotting every time that they see me starting. Had to cut ties. They was moving too funny. Came from the dirt, now my name worth money. Used to pray I ain't die in my sleep. Now they pray.
Hell no. DJ, since you know him, on a scale from 1 to 10, what you rate his music?
3.
Oh my god.
You about to get a copyright strike for that whack
Right,
No,
right. You
I would
should.
say, I would say that whole that's like that. There's a new things out now. Like I don't know. It's just,
Up this paper now, you see how I'm living it. Diamonds on me dripping, got them watching how I'm glistening. Money moving.
Oh, he's on some trap rap shit.
yeah, it's not my style. It's not my thing. I don't. It ain't the thing. I like R&B and that type of stuff. I mean, it's probably an audience for that. That likes it.
I mean, is people do people support his shit?
Well, he only have 123 followers on TikTok.
Hmm.
But maybe back in the past, let me see. Yeah, yeah, I don't really see. I think they got most of their reviews when they were, when I was working with them.
Is this the same Shaka Zulu that got shot in Atlanta? The dude that was fighting.
I don't think so. I don't know.
Okay. If because he had a big ass court case.
Well, he used to be you mean like MMA fighting? Or no.
No, there was a Shaka's. Giz. You know who I'm talking about? From Atlanta. He got shot in the parking lot, and it was like self defense type of thing. But he was like a promoter.
Ludicrous.
Yeah, that's the one. Is that the?
This is an okay song right here. I say this.
Lately, I've been feeling some type of way. Lately, I've been going through all types of things. Lately, I've been blowing a whole lot of reefer.
Well, it's got like a little, catchy verse to it, but yeah. it's not my kind of a music. I like R&B and stuff. So
Mm.
yeah. So
Do we still should we review the rest of this video? Oh yeah, I feel about this shit.
You asking us or the audience?
The audience and y'all up here. Also, I'm
I
him.
mean,
Show so that I'm him. He said, did she claim them or the kids on her taxes?
no, no, I had a regular job, and then they just did the regular taxes for me.
Okay, okay,
They got like they got 2,000 out of it.
okay.
I got so yeah. But that's not the same one, DTP. That's not the same guy. No.
okay. My fault. My fault.
Mm.
Only
I was
to
about
black.
to say this is a small. No, man. It's a small world. Like the 7 degrees of separation is real.
Mhm.
You are connected. You are more connected to more people than you really think.
Right, bro. This is why I be telling her I don't. As a matter of fact, we'll talk about that shit probably in the back. But this is what I be doing. I don't understand how her like I don't even want to talk about it whilst we live. But
Right.
she do know hella people, like hella people, and I'm like, what the fuck? She even put me on to a couple of people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's dope. How did you find this? Not to ask. No offense, DJ. How did you find this area or
Huh? How did I find the what?
the sector or area?
Yeah, this
Or
part of YouTube.
where you come from, girl?
From Fatty. For somehow I ran into Fatty, and then I was on his thing, and then I ended up running into Witch Doctor from Fatty.
Okay, all right, well, that's cool. That's interesting.
So this, hold on, I'm trying to show y'all the event with Princella. Hold on. So this event, if I could get to it, hold on. This event that we did here is the reason why we really end up falling out. Hold on. But that event, hold on. It's all the way down at the bottom. Oh, Jesus. This one. So I had did this show right here. And it had like Sydney Star and Amber Ali, and Wesley, and stuff like that. So I had, after Charleston Whitehead did my show, he was like, "We need to do a town hall," and so I had put the whole town hall together, and then he got mad because of the whole Princella thing and how she did that, and so he kind of got out of the town hall, but I still put it together. But they had gotten mad, because they felt like I was doing things on my own, or you ain't asking us how we should do it, same it's the same situation. So but I put this was actually at the Texas Theater.
Man, that's crazy because I know Anton was supposed to be doing a show with like Princella.
Yeah, this was the show. That was it.
That was the show?
Yep.
What?
Because Sydney Star took too long to get ready, and the show started late, and he left. So he ended up doing Real Life Street Stars, but he didn't do this show. He was supposed to do this
Sydney
show.
Star had to get ready. You know what I'm saying? That shit took. Yo.
Is that Kevin Wesley?
Wow. Wait. We're talking about Anton Daniels, right?
Yeah, Anton Daniels. Yep.
Yeah. So he was about to do a show with Princella and Sydney Star.
That's Son Netter. That's Sydney Star, Kevin Wesley, Amber Ali from what's she called? Jocelyn's Cabaret.
Yes.
And this was about relationships and stuff like that.
Wow.
And I put this together. Real Life Street
But
Stars.
no, I want to say thank you for your patience. In all honesty and sincerity, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. And
Oh my god.
to the couples out there, I hope this is beneficial. To those who are seeking love, I hope this is beneficial as well.
And this is in Dallas, right?
Together.
This was in Dallas. Yeah.
And people just take advantage
Oh my
of goodness.
gosh.
And I don't like that.
No,
You know what I'm
that's
saying? I do not like that. I just been put in this position right now today, y'all. I
Shocking.
was supposed to be up here doing this, but I had to fill in for someone. And so I can't leave our sister hanging. You know what I'm
So
saying?
wait, Star Netta filled in for DJ Genesis for
Give it up for Sydney Star.
Anton.
No, he filled in for the host. Shaka was supposed to host it, but then I had to
Okay.
find another host. So he ended up filling in for Shaka.
So you and Sonetta been cool then?
Yeah, we've been cool since back in the day, like with Seti.
Oh, okay.
With Seti, Sarah
Yeah,
Seti.
she knows.
Yeah.
Yeah, General Seti. Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
God, General Seti. Oh hell no.
You know what, E Black know old. This is what E Black you could have been in our conversation yesterday. This nigga E Black know old YouTube. You know what I'm saying? He know all of that shit.
Right.
I just
And this was actually a good show, y'all. This actually was a good show. Look, the camera angles were good. The audience.
What was the topic about? Let me full screen it. What was they talking about?
It was about relationships. You know what I'm saying? It was about
Why they had Sydney? Why they had Sydney Star up there?
I had to find people because, like, you know, there was supposed to be
You wrong for that.
It was supposed to be Princella, Tanya TKO, Kevin Wesley, and Ken Billions. It was gonna be Anton Daniel. It was gonna be but because Kevin had gotten into an argument with somebody and called her a bitch, then Princella and Tanya TKO they got out. They pulled out of the event last minute.
How long ago was this? Like
a year ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Bro, this shit is crazy, bro.
That's some wild shit.
That is like I remember, and I was like looking at the whole banner. I was like, what is Anton doing in Dallas? First of all, and then secondly, when he was going to, this was Anton in the not the Gucci shirt. What would be the Coogee shirt?
The Coogee.
Yeah, this is Coogee Anton. So I'm like, what is
I did
Anton?
an interview with him on my channel to prelude to the show.
But Anton?
Yeah,
this is Coogee Anton when he was like doing the whole Six to God shit.
Yeah, he had like security guards and everything.
Yeah. Imagine Coogee Anton and Sydney Star and Charleston White in the same building.
Man, it was gonna be crazy. No, Princella Charleston was supposed to be hosting it originally, but then he pulled. Man, it was so much. And then, like I said, people was just pulling out on me left and right. It was crazy. So, but the show still did okay. I just didn't get the audience I was expecting because I had a whole theater. If you look at the you'll see. Hold on. See how empty that theater is? You know what I'm saying? But I'll play a little bit of it.
Get breast implants because you need to, baby.
That's another thing. They called a transgender to come in to try to disrupt the show. Shaka and them called a transgender to come in and try to argue with Sydney Star to try to disrupt the show and end the show early. So the lady in the middle of this whole thing started to argue with her. So she sits down.
Sydney Star, everybody. Woo! Hey y'all.
Yes.
Sydney Star, transgender divas in the building. I'm a little late, but I'm here. Sorry, y'all.
Right. Better late than never.
Better late than never. Shout out to my cousin Brittany. Love you.
All right.
What have I missed? I know I missed a little bit.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna go back.
Get me in it. So
I'm gonna go right back to the second question for you. How do you handle conflict and disagreement in your relationships?
That's a good question. How do I handle conflict and disagreement?
Yes.
I'll just be like, whose bank account is fatter, nigga? So I got more money than you, so
damn.
So this is the transgender in the audience.
Right.
This is a fan in the audience.
The one who's talking,
Got
flavor.
Hold on, everybody, calm down.
Let the fan stay here. Let the fan. It's a fan. It's a fan.
Wait, I want to see who. Wait, let me. I want to see who else is up there, and I want to. We wanted a little bit. DJ Genesis. Genesis, stop it right here, real quick.
Get breast implants because you need to.
Stop it when you could show the full panel. Who's everybody up here? I see the Wesley dude. I know him. DJ Genesis, I think you muted her or some shit. Wait a minute.
Okay, my bad. I'm sorry. It's so the Napasha Das, Sonetter's wife, Sydney Star, Sonetter, Kevin Wesley, Amber Ali from Jocelyn's Cabaret, and this is Taurus Wells. He's like a well-known, like he's in like the lifestyle. He's like he was on Real Life Street Stars. He's in the whole like swinger lifestyle and like bondage lifestyle. So I had to trying to have different people up there to talk about different stuff.
Okay.
How do you reach out to the? Are you doing like the agent route? Or are you doing the PR? What like are you doing the DM, IG?
The IGDM. That's the biggest way to reach out to people and
Yeah,
find.
man, that's a fact. That is a fact. Okay.
Yeah, you hit them on the IG, they'll respond back quicker.
God damn. Look, y'all better be listening. DJ, you bet put this on membership.
Right, bro. And we got a parlay right after this. We got a parlay right quick.
Yeah.
Right after we end the show, man.
Yo, this when the music supposed to come in, y'all. Ain't nobody got no music.
You gonna get.
Alrighty. So what's the next question, Senator?
Who let her in? Who let the dogs out? Woof, 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 woof. Who let the dogs out? Woof, 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 woof. Who let the dogs out? We just got started.
I'm scared. The curse. The curse. You
Okay,
she said
okay,
she has a
girl.
curse on me. Woo! I'm scared. Baby, you're done. You're done. Bye. You're done. You'll never get this close to me ever again. Ever. You're done. You're done, hun.
I thought she was hungry at
Who
first,
is
but I know she
that?
just ate some chicken. So
Eat my asshole.
Family,
You're done.
family.
Baby, this is exactly
I
why
am
I
sorry
need security everywhere
for
I
the
go.
share.
I'm sorry, y'all.
Well, damn.
I'm a reality TV personality. Bitches hate on me. It's fine. But this is why I need security everywhere I go. For hoes like that.
So wait a minute. So
I would
Sydney
flood that
Star
bitch.
came through with security.
One more.
Wait a minute. DJ Genesis. Sydney Star had security.
Well, she had like a person with her as security, yeah.
Oh, okay. But not
And
like a security
she-
team.
I like at first they waited, they pretended like they were gonna do the event all the way up to the last minute, and then they just didn't show up, left my house, took all my equipment and bounced the day before the event. So I was supposed to have security there. You know, I'm thinking that we're working together. No. So that's
So they
why.
bounced before this event.
Huh?
They bounced before this event, or
Yes.
was it?
Yes.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yep.
Right? Come on, y'all. Come on. Let's not escalate it. Let's not escalate it in the audience. Let's calm down.
Senator, start asking some
We from
questions.
Chicago.
We got
Baby,
we got some young people in the
I'm
audience.
sorry,
y'all.
Mr. Moderator, but you know we from the west
Yeah.
side of Chicago. We don't play those type of games.
I got you.
Bye.
Okay, so let me get back to the question that I asked you. How do you handle conflict and disagreement in your relationship?
Well, we
You can
see how
finish
she
that.
handled that.
If you want to finish it, you can finish it. Then we're gonna go down.
I believe whoever has the bigger bank account can do and make the rules, in my opinion. I mean, I know we're living in a whole new day and age, but sometimes a woman has more money than a man now. And in my perspective, I'm the trans woman, and I usually have way more money than the niggas I deal with. So they gonna listen to me. And I'm gonna be like, look, nigga, you want this $200 I told you I was gonna give you later? What you want to do?
$200. What are you gonna do with
Niggas from
$200?
Chicago, that
Buy
200
them
is
some weed and
2,000
flip
for
it.
them.
Cheap niggas up there. Look at
They're gonna
Chicago.
buy some weed and flip it.
All right. Come on. Let's get order, brothers and sisters, up here on the stage. We got young ones out there in the audience.
I'm really
Let's try to
get
get some order. Brother Kevin, you want to answer that question? Dealing with conflict. Oh no, you did that, right? Because right, throwing me off. Let me get back
Okay,
to the
far
question.
as me dealing with conflict, I will say that I haven't been the best at dealing with conflict. I have pulled up, I've busted windows, I've busted uncle windows who happen to be pastors. I've pulled up to mama cribs and sat on the horn for 15 seconds and pulled off. I've pulled up to side bitches' cribs and kicked their door in and beat their ass. So
Beat up Jocelyn from Jocelyn's Cabaret.
drop Jocelyn with her coke doing, ooh, wrong show. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. But you know what the fuck happened. But so I haven't been the best at handling conflicts, I'll be honest, but I'm learning and I'm praying. And I'm just hoping that I don't have to bust that many windows out to meet my husband. I would say handle it how you need to handle it. If you got to smack the hoe,
Brittany,
you
where you
smack the hoe, you know? If you need to shake the bitch, you shake
Where
the
you
bitch. No, seriously though, you handle it how you need to handle it because sometimes it's people that you meet that needs to understand. You're not going to keep meeting people and playing games with them. You're not going to keep lying. You're not going to keep trying to be slick. You're not going to keep finessing. So if I got to grab this 2x4 and go across your shit, next relationship you get in, you're going to know. Period. Like, you right, baby.
Well,
I feel
and
you.
All
that's
right,
not always
Paul,
the
you
best
want me to
way
read the
to
question
handle
again?
it, but I know you're trying. You did say that. You are trying.
Says who?
You just said you're trying, and I appreciate you for saying
Hey,
that.
now, tell me how I should do it, mama.
No, actually, no one's perfect. So I'm not looking down on you for saying that. You know, everybody has had relationship issues. People
And
get
this one
hurt,
is
and you're
Another Wife,
investing
right?
your entire life into your
Nepal?
relationship.
Yep.
So, you know, sometimes they say love gets you seeing red and everything. So the idea is really to just try to protect yourself. When you see somebody's mistreating you, and you know they're hurting you, and you've invested all your love into this person, and this person just keeps on playing with you and doing things to just gaslight you, you have to look at yourself and say, what about my soul child? And that's yourself. You say, you know what? Am I going to bust this window out? Yeah, it might. This guy will be set back maybe, 500-600. But what about my soul child? Because my soul child doesn't need this. And I'm not chastising her because, like I said, nobody is perfect.
What is a soul child?
Soul child is
that like music soul child?
Kind of. It's like yourself. When you are a parent, you do everything for your child. You would kill for your child, die for your child. You do everything to protect your child. So you have to start looking at yourself like you look at your children. And when you do that, you start to see you make better choices for yourself. You make a lot. When you actually look at yourself as you look at your child, then you make better choices for yourself.
And if you don't have kids like me,
well, then that's what I'm saying. You love your soul child. You love yourself first.
Usually when ladies end up having a child, they end up changing everything in a good way about themselves too. So I know, look at Krishan Rock. It seems like
wait a minute. Is Sydney Star talking about motherhood? Wait a minute, DJ.
Yeah, and I don't want to focus too much on having children because there are young women who are single and don't have children.
Oh,
my point is,
crazy.
You want to first think about what's best for yourself. So yeah, he hurt you, so you want to hurt him. Remember that I said you give back negativity. It's when I say it's about reciprocity, it doesn't always mean that reciprocity is going to work out for you. You want to feed back what you get.
My children, anybody who comes from my wives, we're supposed to provide for them. So,
and this is your video, DJ Genesis, right?
Not from the
it's my video.
Okay.
Off of her, or goes
100% mine.
A man should be able to pay his own life, and all that shows discipline, responsibility, and
Okay.
It's a difference between sugar mama and treating your man good. It's a difference between that.
Okay, but why is it okay for a woman to have a sugar daddy then? Like what? Because we normalize that.
No, you're right. It's also a perverted style of relationship.
It's a wireless mic right here.
So you have to
Wireless.
But, okay, you have to understand. I'm 43. I've been your age. But I've been younger. That sugar.
One at a time. Let us speak. Let us speak, y'all.
The sugar daddy, sugar mama thing is not working because if it was working, then it wouldn't be so many women that are left being moms by themselves, not financially stable. This little money. If you show me one person right now in this room, I'm not talking about famous, who have a sugar daddy, who has the IUL, who has the IUL, who tells me what their investment score is, what they made today, and they have a longevity of life. Tell me they'll be able to take care of them. Show me a sugar mama right now in this room who'll be able to take care of themselves.
Me,
wait a minute, longevity. I'm not talking about him giving you $10,000. I'm talking about future. An IUL.
I'm talking about right now. What I can do for myself. Y'all problem is y'all waiting for a nigga to take care of you.
I make $75,000 a year. I ain't waiting for a motherfucker.
I make more, but it's okay. So what I'm saying is,
oh shit.
I'm not.
Yeah, speak the microphone. Speak the microphone.
I'm just disagreeing with what you're saying. You saying who works or what works for a sugar baby, or it don't work. It don't work if you're trying to get married, if you're trying to be in love, you're trying to be kept. But for women who's not, it works. So it don't work for you, babe. But you can't.
Oh, okay then.
It worked for me though.
Guess what? I learned how to get.
It worked for me though.
I learned how to get my. Listen, baby. I learned how to
Wait a minute. Wait a DJ Genesis, you guys gotta pause it.
It's working for you right
So
now.
this woman is a successful sugar baby. So could you rewind it a little bit? She's a successful sugar baby. She's saying it worked for her. You know, I'm trying to.
But you ain't lying. There was like 15 people in that audience.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I got sabotaged, bro.
Damn, that's a lot of empty seats for real.
Yeah, it should have been way bigger than it was.
How long did you promote the event for though?
About 3 months.
Damn.
But
Was it tickets or?
Imagine I had Tanya TKO. She's supposed to bring her crowd. Prince Ella, her crowd. Charleston, his crowd, right? Then none of them show up, and at the last minute, I have to change everything. None of those people are showing up. No, their crowd's not coming. Nothing.
Okay. So it wasn't like pay to get in.
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
Okay, because I'm saying if you were selling tickets and
the whole objective was to actually to get the footage and do the town hall. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So,
but that's a fact, Lauren. That's a good that's not a bad lineup for some last minute shit though.
Was it like about maybe 2 months? I would say. I'm sorry, July, and then this was in September, so 2 months.
That's what I'm telling people. People doing online events is hard. Like this is not like the same as like Having all these people come in at a time, and like you say, these people
Plane
cancel at the
tickets.
last second.
Yeah.
Yeah, plane tickets, hotels, they cancel at the last second. You're dead in the water.
You got to make sure they get back and forth from the thing, the hotel room.
Rental car,
It's
security.
people are like this. Oh, ain't nobody in the audience. Do you know how much money that went out to put this thing together? Even though wasn't nobody there. That's then Real Life Street Stars did the filming.
So let me ask you this: Did you? And you ain't gotta give us a number, but did you had to pay for the venue out of pocket?
$1,500.
Fuck. That is shit.
Yeah. So and then imagine each person had their own fee. Anton was the only one that didn't charge me.
So you had to pay Sydney Star?
I had to pay everybody.
Yeah,
everybody up there had to get paid. That's the only that her and that individual and Wesley is the only two people that I actually know from the internet.
Right. The whole objective was I was trying to do like a tonight's conversation type of situation. I was trying to kind of take, and I wanted like this to be like the first event and then go to different cities and everything like that. But that was the idea. But if you don't have the right team with you, then your whole thing gets destroyed.
Are you from Dallas?
No, I'm from Detroit.
Oh, so you're not even in your city doing this,
right?
Whoa, my God! Oh my! And I'm not laughing, but
I live here, but I haven't really. I don't really know people here. I don't have. Right. So,
but I mean, just like the audacious effort that you put in to do this is crazy.
Yeah,
that is crazy, bro. Try to do try to do an event out of your city. That's crazy.
They don't even think about how much they think. They look at the thing and say, "Well, hey, that they think that anybody could just do." No, this is it costs money to do this.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? I learned how to.
It worked for me though.
I learned how to get listen, baby. I learned how to get. I had a husband, right? We had a salon, and I'm still on my shit, right? So it's working for you right now.
5K a week in this bitch.
My mama them
two it don't work for you.
See, hold on. You want me to rewind it? Hold on. I think that she was sitting down without the. Okay, let's go.
Kept. But for women who's not, it works. So
we'll give you $10,000. I'm talking about.
Yeah, it is good.
I'm talking about right now. What I could do for myself. Y'all problem is y'all waiting for a nigga to take care of you.
I make $75,000. You ain't waiting for a motherfucker.
But I make more. But it's okay. So what I'm saying is,
don't put me to dog.
I'm not.
Yeah, speak the microphone. Speak the microphone.
I'm just disagreeing with what you're saying. You saying who works or what works for a sugar baby, or it don't work. It don't work if you're trying to get married, if you're trying to be in love, you're trying to be kept. But for women who's not, it works. So it don't work for you, babe, but you can't.
Oh, okay then.
It worked for me though.
But guess what? I learned how to get.
It worked for me though.
I learned how to get listen, baby. I learned how to get. I had a husband, right? We had a salon, and I'm still on my shit, right? So it's working for you right now.
5K a week in this bitch.
My mama them titties
don't work for you.
You heard me? It's gonna be a younger girl that's gonna come by.
And when them titties say, that's when I'm gonna get a nigga.
Hold on. Guess what?
Right now,
Speak to the microphone.
You don't have to be ran through. I feel like that's a
just listen. If you just instead of trying to respond and just listen to someone who's
I'm
just
gonna hear
trying
you, babe.
do something that is cute now, but when you get older, it's not going to be cute.
I feel that.
It's not going to be cute. So when I say somebody who is financially, spiritually, and all together from a sugar dad, you say you're not looking for that, but you're going to get older. You're going to miss that.
True.
So while you're occupying this space and this time, you have to think about later because it's the times.
When you get older, what part doesn't work?
What do you mean?
When you get older, what part doesn't work?
I got married at 31.
What do you miss
So-
right now?
So everything that a sugar daddy did could have done my husband did.
Can I add something, please?
What do you miss?
Go ahead, Kevin. Kevin's gonna ask him.
So I mean, I may not have been.
That's not necessarily a sugar daddy though. See, you got it two
Can
different.
I add something?
You asked me what did I do?
But the husband ain't doing what a sugar daddy would do.
I got married at 30.
Boyfriends pay bills. That's the same thing your husband did. Pay some bills. Sugar daddies go a little bit beyond. Sorry.
We got divorced. Guess what?
Yeah, Wesley Mike
Let me
is
say
kind of
something.
low too.
Let's get on back on this panel, y'all. Come on,
I
let's get back on this
feel
panel.
you what you're saying, sis. I feel like you got a lot of emotions because of what you've been through. But for what? See, look, I gave you a turn, but you gotta let me talk too. Like we two women. Well, I heard you out. Hear me out. You know, I feel like you have a lot of feelings just because you were a little louder, you were a little more aggressive, and I was listening to you. Just like when I started to talk, you talking over me. So I heard where you were coming from. But what I'm saying is, it works for me because I am agreeing with you.
Genesis.
A lot of things that you said are true.
There's some wireless
so
mic
my
right
question
there.
to you, what we were both trying to ask you
underneath
is,
you.
never said that, bitch. But I said
It's
you
okay.
had a lot of feelings. I said I was listening to you and I agreed, but I feel like maybe I shouldn't talk to you because you upset with me or something. I'm just trying to talk to you back. I'm trying to give you a little response to what you were saying. So
What
I
up,
feel like what the
ET?
question was we was having is like what you're missing because you said
What up,
Speaking to
what
the
up,
mic,
Witch
Lou.
Doctor?
I'm sorry, thank you. You said that your husband was doing a lot of things that the sugar daddies was doing. You said as you get older, you know, your titties will sag and you know it's not as fulfilling. So I'm asking you, what I was trying to ask you is what are you missing now? Like what are you saying as to now? Because right now it's working for me. I know my titties will, I'm 30. I'm not 21 like you think. I'm 30 years old. So I got 10 years to be where you 13 to be where you at, which is not long. Time works like that. Okay. So what you're saying is as you get older and stuff like that, it doesn't work. I'm asking you, what are you missing now? You said you were married or are you still married? So that don't work for you. So the question was, okay, so let me go back to y'all. Let me answer that. So what y'all asked was what's working for or why it's working for us. I'm gonna tell you because I make so much motherfucking money and I still ain't gotta pay my bills. That works for me. I don't have to lay up with a nigga. I'm a makeup artist. I don't have to lay up with a nigga every night. I don't have to answer no questions. If I decide
All right,
to
let's
be
bring it
with
back
a
to the
nigga,
panel, family. Let's bring it back.
I will.
Get that mic. Get that mic. Get that mic. Let's bring that mic.
Simon is not having it.
He said, "Get the mic."
So I was going to say we parents
Can I
for lack
just
of
say
knowledge,
something?
right? Hold on, let them.
Oh,
Hold on,
sure,
Kevin.
sure,
Kevin,
sure,
hold on
sure.
for 1 minute. Go ahead,
First
brother.
thing you said when we came in was it's the man's fault that women are like this. I don't understand how no man made her break windows, how no man makes this woman a sugar lady. I don't understand how we are at
Sugar
fault.
lady.
This is a woman's fault. This is what
It's
we don't
our
blame
fault.
that.
So
What has happened is they try to demasculate men, and because of that, they don't allow us to be men. There is no thing. I make 3 times more than my wife. I would never be like, oh, I make more than you. I'm the boss. She the boss of the house. I don't understand how these women are like this. This is
Yeah,
what
he
happened to me
better
when I
get
was
some
about
punani when he
20.
get
I
to
was
the
in
crib.
college.
Show it to buddy.
There's one girl I liked. She was all that. I was in fraternity,
You
played
stupid.
football, all kinds of girls. But I wanted to pursue her. And she said to me, because she said, you're a player. I said, no, I'll change for you, babe. She said, you'll never get me how you are. I'll never see you. You can't. So in order to get someone, you have to change first. A lot of y'all are talking, when I get married, you'll never find a man. What man is going to say, I want a woman who busts my windows? That just doesn't happen. So when you act like that, no, that's not a man. That's not a man. See, the problem is y'all deal with a lot of boys. And the reason y'all deal with boys is because they mama raised them and they didn't have a father in the house. Because if you have a real man, he won't have that. He's not going to deal with that type of woman. I was going to say, they're not going to stay around long enough. He don't deal with that. And so these single moms are raising boys that they wouldn't even date.
That's what keeping it real, keeping it all the way real.
Right.
Why did them
And y'all, this is playing on DJ Genesis ends. If you wanted to pause at any time, just say something.
Yeah, just let me know if you want to pause.
One
and say
person
something.
raising a child typically doesn't give a child what they need. They often lack in their development, right? So I heard what you said, brother, and you're absolutely correct.
Can you pause it
we
real
are
quick?
responsible for the decisions that we make, right? So if I get upset and I react in a certain way, I can't really.
Genesis, pause it. How many cameras do you have? You have like 5. It looks like 5 cameras.
Yeah. Man, I would listen, but I'm also glad that it didn't get packed out because I didn't have security, and the way people were getting heated in the audience, that could have gotten real crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm actually kind of glad it didn't really pack out because the audience, you see people standing up, they getting real emotional and stuff. So
let me ask you this: from doing this, is this the only one you did?
that was the only one, but I was trying, but I had ran out of
Let
money
me ask.
to do it again.
So from doing it, from doing this one, right?
Mm-hmm.
You think like everything that you've seen, you know what I'm saying, that not having security and everything, you think you'll be able to have you think you learn enough to have a successful one? Because I ain't gonna say this is a complete failure because you still could use the footage, but yeah, go ahead. My fault. Answer the question.
Yeah, hell yeah, I could do it again. Now I know what it takes. You know, it was my first time ever doing it in my life. I had never put together something like this in my life. This is the first.
This is big for somebody who never put together some shit. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Right. I got to give you your props, Genesis. The only thing I'll say early, because I didn't get a chance to join the stream, man, I wish a nigga would be living in my goddamn house for free, talking shit behind my back.
Oh no! Let me tell you something. Why were they on the phone calling people?
Got thrown into the camera.
Damn, Rakim, your mic is crazy, bro.
Jacked up, bro.
Hold on 1 second.
But do you know that they were calling people like during the event? Because I guess when they didn't show up, they began to call people, like call all the people that was on the panel and trying to get them to leave. Yeah, it was crazy.
That's some hating ass
These
shit right there.
motherfuckers filmed the video on my house talking shit, and my house talking shit about me. Man, I would have spazzed, bro.
You supposed to claim them on your taxes and shit.
They had left. They had left, and then that's when they did that. They took my
These
camera. They
motherfuckers
filmed it
sitting on my
camera.
motherfucking couch talking shit about me in my house. Bro, I would have bro. It would have been a whole lot of ass kicking going on.
I couldn't find them. Trust me, I couldn't.
Would have been all types of Timberland boots, Jordans up their ass, all types of shit. It would have been a whole lot of ass kicking. Definitely.
And imagine if I would have got the panel that I initially got. Man, this could have been really good, but maybe another time, do it again, a smaller venue with a good panel, you know what I'm saying? But I just got to build myself back up, you know what I'm saying, to do, because it's one thing to have these panels like this, but it's another panel to do it live, because the emotions get real. People get real emotional, and so you got to make sure you got security, because as you can see, that lady was a little bit inebriated. People be drinking a little bit, they get in the thing, they be real upset and stuff. So and even when that transgender was arguing with Sydney Starr, she had a gun and pulled it out. So
wait, there's 2 transgenders up there?
No, the girl that Sydney was arguing with in the audience she had what looked like it was a gun, but it was inside of a pouch. So yeah, we had to diffuse that situation. It was crazy. So yeah, there was a lot of hate behind. Imagine I'm putting this whole thing together and all this in the background going on. It was crazy.
Yeah, so. you need security and somebody with like them metal detector wands and shit, because you don't want nobody to be busting no shots in there. That should be crazy.
Yeah, well, the lady, she made sure she got there super early before anybody, but yeah, I didn't. They were supposed to. I thought they were going to be there. They didn't show up, and yeah.
We blame the other person, but we have to understand how dangerous. And I said that right. Dangerous relationships offer us if we're not prepared for what relationships entail. Most people are not going to be honest in their commitments. And when they lie to you, when they cheat on you, it's going to break your heart. And if you're not prepared for that, you're going to respond in the worst way. And now you're going to be looked at like your character's low, but really you're hurting. And the things that we do whenever we're hurting is we destroy each other. And so a lot of our children, like my son now, he has a girlfriend. I fear for him because he potentially will get his heart broken. He may break hers. And if we don't prepare our children for breakups and heartaches and people not being honest, they're going to lose their own life for their own freedom. Because when we get our hearts broken, especially these young kids, we're doing this in our adult age, y'all. Somebody don't do us right, they lie to us, we think we have the right to hit them. Somebody cheat on us, we think we have a right to end their lives. Imagine telling somebody's mother you ended their daughter's life because she cheated on you. That's crazy. Walk away if the person's not treating you right.
That's the man living in that
It makes more sense to walk away. But if we are emotionally invested in these relationships and people are just walking all over us, typically it brings the worst out of us. So this is why we should just walk away from people who don't know how to act. This is why you should vet people before you get in a relationship with them, right?
Thank you, Kevin.
It's not that easy to just walk away though, because I've been in. Look,
so here's what I say: cry in the car. Okay,
That
I
don't
don't
always
care if you
work.
love them. I don't care if you love them
Right.
and you still want to be with them. Sometimes you have to make the best decision for your life and your freedom, your future. So even if you care about them, sometimes you have to just leave them alone because your love for them is not going to make them act right. Your trust for them is no indication that they'll be trustworthy. It's just not. So when you watch somebody's patterns and you realize the way they're behaving is counterproductive to a harmonic relationship, if you have to cry in the car, cry in the car. Because if you stay with that person because of your emotions, they're not going to change. And that's when you spiral out and do the worst to them. You done told them 1,000 times, stop cheating on you. Now what you going to do? You catch them again. Now you're burning up. Now you're hurting something. Hurting yourself. So just avoid them. Leave them alone.
And there's really no justification for busting windows, but I busted windows because I felt in that moment I was fed up. I had already been through a heartbreak off and on, 10 years off and on. You never know what a person been through, what they going through, what they feeling. And in that moment, it's like, I'm either going to do that or I'm going to do something worse. You know,
Toxic femininity.
I attract what I am.
Attract what you are.
Pause it,
DJ.
DJ.
I came from a parents who were very argumentative.
You said it ain't no justification. I could have did that. I'm gonna do something worse. Now, if he would have reacted in a worse manner, it could have cost her much more. You know, this shows people not thinking or just letting their emotions. Because let's say she looked like she dated her counterpart. So let's say she dating her counterpart, her male counterpart that's like that. She do the wrong thing to him. Let's say this nigga spaz out. People don't be thinking like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's where them crimes of passion come through. People just being this, you know what I'm saying, in the heat of the moment and do some wild shit, and you can't take that shit back, especially if you take somebody's life. You know what I mean?
Right.
Shit.
That's why I tell people if you in the relationship like that, think, think, think for you before you do some shit like that. For you don't be able to think at all, no more ever.
Right.
So like people need to understand that, man, and not letting their emotions get the best of them. Because some people are attracted to that shit. Some people like all of that, and I never understood that because
You know
I
what
don't
it
like
is?
that shit.
Some people they kind of like numb to certain shit to where like not numb, but they're not used to feeling like feeling nothing. So any feeling is good. You know what I'm saying? If you argue with them, a lot of times they see that as a sign that you care about them or you want to argue. They just need some sort of mental stimulation, and sometimes, unfortunately, there should be some unhealthy shit. You know what I mean?
Hey, did you see that video? Which doctor, the chick that had called for an Uber? It was here in Chicago. She called for an Uber. She got into it with her motherfucking boyfriend. The motherfucker started blowing at the Uber. Did you see that?
Damn, bro.
Like,
wait, he knew it was an Uber, or he thought it was she
I
had a
don't
man.
know, but she didn't let the Uber driver fucking know.
That is wild. That is
I'm
wild
see if
right
I
there.
can find it. I'm see if I can find the video.
That is crazy right there. Cause in the heat of the moment, that nigga see another nigga pulling up, he might think she just called boyfriend number two. You know what I'm saying? You know what I
Let
mean?
me tell you something about the Chicago man, because Amber Ali was on a panel we did with Smart Guy, because Smart Guy was supposed to be on the panel too.
Mm.
If you know what Smart Guy is, that's the guy that be talking about he be on like
You talking about the rapper? He used
yeah,
to rap. Smart, yeah, brother, smart,
be on
yeah.
the panel as well. But like they got into such an extreme argument
Mm.
before the show that it got real. Like he was like, he told her, I'm gonna slap you, and she was like, well, come slap me then. And you ain't gonna be slapping nothing but your dick when you get the. I mean, it was real crazy. Like
Wait. Who and him? Who and Smart?
Amber Ali, the girl that was with the blue hair, saying that she busts out windows. So like she
Yeah, I
really,
could tell she's very confrontational. You know what I mean?
and she don't play that shit, and he wasn't playing that shit, and they both wasn't playing that shit. But then, and
But
he
to
was
be
like,
honest
yeah,
with
I'm
you,
about to
DJ,
Chicago right now, and it just got real. Like
to be honest with you, DJ, women like that gotta be careful because like a nigga not gonna just let you. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man.
yeah, it got real heated. So, but this guy, watch how this interaction happens. It's crazy.
I got with a female. I dated females who were argumentative. Even though I didn't want that, I had to step back and say, hold up, this isn't what I'm looking for. I'm attracting what I am. There's a reason why most women who are in domestic violence, they say, I don't want this, they leave, and they get with somebody else who's the same way.
How long you and your wife been together?
10 years.
Good question.
I was gonna say because she's very beautiful, and she look like she don't take no shit.
Yes, she do.
Just by looking at her, she looking like, look, I'm a bad ish. I can,
But he looks
And
like
I'm
he
gonna
doesn't
say
give a
this
man.
because
He
I'm
looks like he treats her
sorry.
right.
I'm a
by
passport
the
bro.
looks of things, but
My
we
wife
don't.
from Dominican Republic. And the reason I went over there is because she's
Yo soy
submissive. She
dominicana.
cooks. She's submissive. She cooks. She does all that. That's just how it is. And what happens is, I think.
Sorry to cut you off, but I've been lately into the Dominican man myself. I love a Dominican man.
Wait a minute. Why they
we
trying
might
to?
be-
Why
we
they
might be
trying to
family
do this,
soon,
man?
baby. Look,
But I think women nowadays
love
think that by being submissive, that's weak. That is the most powerful thing you can be.
But as soon as we be submissive and we let them drive the car, they crash it. And we end up having to clean up the wreck.
You do not get
Man, I would
it's
gotta
like-
see.
not get with a
Wait a
man that
minute,
you
DJ
cannot submit
Genesis.
to.
Thank you.
Okay,
I
you
be
must
hearing
embody
people
all the
saying
principles
this
of who
shit.
you want your son to be. So
Wait a
don't
minute,
submit to a man.
DJ Genesis. Pause it for me real quick, right? I be hearing a lot of women say, "Yeah," and when you be submissive, but most of them that I hear say that, I can't even imagine in my brain how it would look like for them to be submissive. So I don't even think they know what that shit really is. You know what I mean? What do you think
I
about
don't
that?
think Amber Ali could be submissive. She is not no submissive woman. She gonna
I
be.
can't picture her. I can't even picture her doing that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Amber is. She is funny. You know what I'm saying? Shoot. She is not gonna be no submissive.
Why you encouraging this shit? Come on, y'all be
Hey,
encouraging bad behavior.
listen, but I wasn't. I felt like, you know what, people. I think that this is I mean, you hear him. You get to hear from a hood chick. You get to hear you get to hear all the different people and their opinions about relationships right in their face.
No, it was a good lineup, even though you got Sydney Star up there.
Yeah,
No,
that's
no,
crazy.
no, no.
That's
In
crazy.
hindsight, looking at it, I'm like, you know what? You got a good lineup. You know what I'm saying? You got a good lineup.
Yeah, because the whole thing, I was trying to just show like different dynamics of people. You know what I'm saying, and how they see it. You know.
Nah, I get you. I definitely understand that, Genesis. It's the same song and dance. One thing about certain women that's up there, they don't want to change. They don't want to do nothing. What they want the world to change for them.
Right, right.
Like, and that's the thing that gets me with people. It's the same song and dance like what me and Witch Doctor was saying a couple of days ago with relationship. It's the same song and dance, man. People get upset because they can't find what they want, and they just want to complain about it and project it onto everybody else. And the reality is them. They don't want to look in the mirror and change themselves. They comfortable being where they are. They want people to come and meet them where they
And
at.
that's crazy, bro. It's easier to change yourself than change the whole fucking world. That is wild to me. Like the world gotta change to the world gotta adapt to you instead of you adapting to the world. That is crazy to me.
Facts. Facts.
Hold on, so
Man who's unworthy of that. So if you submit to the right man, a capable man, you'll have a healthy relationship. I promise you. He will not take advantage of your femininity.
Yes, a lot of
I'm
men
sorry?
want to be submitted to, but they're not worth submitting to, and they don't take the steps.
All right, hold on. Let me get to another question for y'all. Let me come with another question.
That's just facts. Thank you.
Those men you don't submit to.
Thank you.
Those.
That's when a Buick want a Benz.
All right.
That's when a Buick want a Benz. It doesn't make sense.
All right. Next question,
Yeah.
y'all. Next question.
Hold on,
What
hold on.
advice
Pause
do you
it,
have
pause it, pause
for
it.
individuals struggling with communication in their relationship?
go ahead.
Genesis. So, out of the people who showed up, it sounds like Priscilla's audience kind of showed up. Even if it's the small people who did show up, it sounds like, from my perspective, it's I get the ghetto ratchet people who want to just talk and won't, but it also sounds like a whole bunch of the females.
Sisterhood type tip.
Yeah, it sounds like the sisterhood in the audience is kind of like they showed up.
You think that was some of the Princella people?
I don't know.
Some of them sound like it. They don't sound like Sonetta people. As a matter of fact, DJ, did the people promote even though they didn't show up? Were they promoting for the 3 months you was
They weren't.
Oh, you were the only one that promoted.
Pretty much, yeah. That's what I found out later on. Yeah.
But from your guys, what do you think? Who do you think showed up? What was the like people who came through?
I don't know. It was a very interesting
Probably
crowd.
was mixed. It probably was mixed.
Because we went out into the street and passed out flyers. We didn't just only rely on YouTube and stuff. So
Okay,
it could have been people from off the street. You know.
Damn. Okay.
This is some great footage, Genesis. Definitely some great footage. Well, one thing I was gonna tell you too, you ain't know about that one nigga in the middle of that video that the other people that was talking shit. You ain't know about that nigga here, and he wasn't to be trusted.
Who?
The niggas that was talking shit about her in her house. The people that she let live. You ain't see that nigga here, and the fact that he was wearing sunglasses.
He had fake dreadlocks before that.
Never trust a nigga with fake dreadlocks. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I didn't know they were fake until after he left the house and had those braids in his head. You know, I didn't know they were fake.
Damn.
So, yeah.
I'm struggling with communication, so I can't tell you.
All right, go ahead, brother Kevin.
Listen to your partner, hear their true concerns, and try to respond to their true concerns. Don't change what they just said to you. Don't flip it around. Listen to their concerns. If they came to you with a problem, don't raise your issues. Handle their problems. Okay, that's how you show someone that you care about them and you love them. Once you handle the issues, if you have an issue, now raise it. But don't disregard each other. That's the number one thing that lowers the value of a relationship. Yes,
Make them feel as if you understand and you relate to them as well. Yeah, that's
we're so conditioned and we've been over the course of time so manipulated mentally that
our first thing is to defend. If someone comes to us, even in a relationship, when our partner comes to us with a concern, or we're immediately jumping to defend ourselves in our position. So the thing is, we're so ready. Instead of responding, we're ready to react.
Absolutely.
So we're listening for something that's going, we're actively and unconsciously listening for that trigger so that we can immediately jump on the defensive, as opposed to listening to one another and actually receiving and accepting their energy, whatever emotion,
Absolutely.
whatever they're trying to convey
This
to us.
lady got a question, or
and
she
we immediately go on the attack.
That's it.
So it's all about we're not having conversations to hear or listen. We're having conversations or waiting for our opportunity to defend ourselves or to defend our position or to immediately react and discount their emotion and what they're feeling. So that's a big problem in our community.
So we're listening to respond.
All right.
And not
Hey,
listen.
can you get them, my cousin? You can please.
Yes, I want to say something first. Someone spoke about the fact that you attract who you are. And I think a lot of times when we do draw certain vibrations to us, it's stuff that we have to work on. So if someone is saying something that we don't like, it's the shadow work that we have to do. We really have to take time to learn who we are. What triggers me? That's what I was talking about earlier, the mirror. The mirror is everything. Being able to be honest with yourself and say, I'm very temperamental. I'm very quick to judge somebody. I'm very quick to speak before I even listen. We have to create a sacred space for both energies, because it's male and female. It's yin and yang. It's always an opposite of everything. Your perspective or your reality may be different from my perspective and my reality. But if you love a person, and you don't have to be in love with that person to share love with that person. If you really want to share love with humanity, then you be the best you that you can be. The best version of you that you can be. Because that's what attracts. When we attract things, it comes from the non-physical. The energy that you call God, the energy that you don't see. But you have to connect with that. You have to raise your vibration. It's not about being back and forth. It's about, okay, what is it that you're saying? And really holding space for that.
Oh, I hate to
That's
be
what
on
I
that
would say.
panel.
We have to hold space and respect.
That was a
ourselves.
great response. That was amazing.
Thank you. Yes.
I think the
You
biggest
need
piece
to be
to
on the
all of
panel.
this is accountability. A
I
lot of us
hate-
are
I'd
sharing
be
a lot
like,
of our
man, it's
experiences
time to
based on
go.
emotion, and emotion doesn't always solve the problem. We have to think with logic. In the spirit of what you're speaking of, in terms of us being defensive in conversation, that's work on our part. We cannot control other people. So if we're not ready to hear criticism or accept things that are going to help make us better, essentially, we should not be in a relationship because we have more work to do. Yeah. But to Mr. Passport Bro, I think you placed a lot of accountability on other people and not enough accountability on self. I'm not saying that, because I don't know you from a can of paint. I don't know what you've done in your past, who you are today. All I'm saying is things started from somewhere. And so we can't pick up where they started, but we can fix where it is now by working on
Right.
ourselves
They start
and
looking at him
communicating properly and
differently. That's
effectively and not
crazy.
blaming people. I'm a single mother. And so, yes, it could be work that I need to do, but I felt triggered by the things that you said as a single mother, because I'm doing everything that I can to raise my children properly, of sound mind. And I don't raise them with just emotion. I raise them with logic, because we are logical people and we cannot make decisions off emotion. So I think that, again, accountability is really huge when it comes to having those difficult conversations, having that communication with people, learning to dig within self why we're triggered, as Ms. said, and work on that, because I'm not responsible for how you react to something I say. That's work that you have to do. I am responsible for how I say it, but your reaction needs to be on you. If you want to get up in arms, argue with me, yell at me, you need to tone it down, take a step back. I'm going to remove myself because I know I don't respond well to getting yelled at.
Nah, this is Prince Elacroix.
In our communication,
This is
I'm
Prince
going to take a
Elacroix.
step back. I'm going to
Definitely.
reevaluate the conversation.
Pause. She's familiar with what a passport bro is and all of these. That is Prince Elacroix. Ain't no way that's none
And
of
she
these.
got a taper.
You see, I didn't want to point that out. Thank you.
Hey, and notice something, right? Now she said, it's not about what you say. It's not about whatever I said. It's not about whatever I said. However you react to what I said or something like that, right? Now it's obviously it ain't about what he said. All he had to say was he was a passport bro, and that was enough to trigger her.
Yeah, he got discredited as soon as he said that shit.
Yeah. And the fact that, of course his wife is right there with him. That's enough to make these she holding it together well, but you can tell she's a little irritated by it, by what he said.
I'm not gonna lie, I was a little irritated too. I'm like, you ain't gotta be. See, I'm a passport, bro. Come on now.
Why does that bother? Why does that bother anybody?
Why does it have to be even a thing? You have your wife from Dominican Republic. Why do you have to label yourself? Oh, passport, bro.
What if the man is proud? He had to search far and wide. If you had to chop down a whole tree just to find a fruit, you're gonna want to let people know that you did all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? The man probably proud.
I had to swim over the Dominican Republic. I'm a passport, bro.
You see, DJ Genesis. I sense a little bit of hate in your tone to this man. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. You know,
we gonna be fair, Genesis. We ain't just sensing the hate from you. We ain't just sensing the hate from you. We sensing it from a couple other women over there. Hey,
he said it like that.
She got the big old rock on her chest too. Look at the girl. She
got the quartz, the big quartz crystal. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you know what's funny? You always knew somebody was hating back in the day when they start mimicking that person. Like this one, I'm a passport, bro.
That's how he said it. See, I don't understand how y'all doing this because see, I'm a passport, bro. When he said it like that, I said, "Oh, come on now, you too proud of that. Come on now."
Damn.
Approach it in a different
My
way.
wife cook. She submissive. She run the household. I give her all the money I got. You know, just I'm like.
I mean, she's a single mom for a reason, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, niggas, bro. You trying to go there, E Black.
I'm just saying, how can a single mom tell a person who's married how their choices in life are wrong or their ideology is wrong? It's I don't know.
And you know what's
Self-awareness,
crazy?
accountability, effective communication.
All right,
Yeah,
give it up for y'all.
that's
Give it up.
that's
Come
my
on,
baby
because we're
cousin.
coming back
Thanks,
around
baby.
to the positive information, y'all. That's what it's about.
I'm very look, Brittany, you did that. Even though I'm older than you, my little cousin is a little bit smarter than me, probably because I'm a dumb blonde. But you did that because usually I feel like to make things work, all you gotta do is give a person a present in the relationship, and we'll be all good. You give them, money is the key to happiness and the root of evil, but it does make people happy. Brittany, I hope I hope my cousin didn't make you mad to leave. Oh, okay. No, okay.
They've been here for a while, girl. They've been waiting on you for hours, Sydney.
Okay, I thought they was upset.
No, they was waiting for hours.
Oh no, okay, but no, you weren't. That's me. No, you did. You
know
did.
what you said was real. It was needed. Yeah.
It's
Do Sonetta know who Sydney Star is?
No, I don't think he knew at the time.
Let me ask.
And together, I think a
wrong
lot of
for
times we
doing
get
Sonetta like
relationships to bandage ourselves, and so we don't got.
You know, Sonetta older. He don't know about. He ain't watching no Real Housewives. No.
Yeah.
Damn.
Whatever program she's on.
They done set
Deal
Uncle
ourselves, you did.
Sonetta up.
And then when we get in these relationships, or I can only speak from my perspective, you dig? But a lot of times I see women, they don't necessarily get with a man for leadership, a man that can lead them. A lot of times these women in my generation, they get with Bobo that show all his wealth in his pocket on Instagram, you dig? Everything he owned in his pocket. And then they get with guys like that, and they kind of compare everybody else to those kind of dudes. But like, we have to have some sort of accountability and say, hey, well, what can this person lead me to? Like, what leadership qualities does this person exhibit? You dig? And then so another thing is, man, we want, we should be looking for somebody that we can lead. You dig? And then lead, build our habits, our success habits, and leadership within ourselves before we get with the woman. You dig? Because where are we leading this person? A lot of times we get in relationships and don't understand that we're dealing with another human being. You feel me? We're dealing with somebody that's supposed to make us feel good about ourselves, our shortcomings. Somebody that's supposed to be there for us and share excitement. When we have accomplishments, but that's really like self-serving. We don't necessarily get in a relationship to say, well, what can I do for this person, or how can I better this person? You dig? And so I just think that's some things that we should put in our culture, in our conversation when we talk about relationships. Leadership qualities. Where can this man take me? How can he do something for me? And then as a man, being able to exemplify those qualities before you even try to find a partner.
You got a girlfriend because you my type.
Hey man,
You good.
All right.
No, wait, we have an internet.
Wait.
I would like to say her name real quick. I don't know her name, but
Wait, what?
Damn.
gotta rewind that. You gotta rewind it too, because we gotta hear his reaction. Come on, we gotta hear it. This is aggressive.
Before you rewind it, with
this is a little bit aggressive, right?
You know, society is
we have
changed.
accomplishments, but that's really like self-serving. We don't necessarily
Wait,
get
the 18 rock real quick and
or
then
how
play
can I better this
DJ. My
person?
bad, my
dig?
bad.
Go
No,
ahead.
I was just gonna say, you know, society has changed when a punk can just flirt with you, like out of like.
That is
out
not
of the
flirt. That's some aggressive shit
Like-
right
like-
there. That is
like,
not
that's
even
crazy, bro.
that shit
That's
is wild.
crazy.
Hey, say
and,
more.
and this is what we said about, and I don't want to seem like I'm discriminatory or hateful, but this is what I said about the Rainbow Coalition back in the day. They wanted to get rights to be able to go after straight men, man. This was not about.
But you got to remember, though, this man, that's still, and respectfully, you know what I'm saying? That's still a dude. So that person's going to take the dude approach. They not, you know what I'm saying? Because a woman is going to plan themselves to where you go and holler at them, or they might say something not that aggressive, you know what I'm saying?
Conversation's about to be had right after this, because trust me, she fixing to ask Kevin Wesley, and Wesley gonna be like, "Let me tell you something." So watch.
Damn, go ahead,
it's
go
like-
ahead.
yeah.
Go ahead.
That's like Anton with the dude from
Please,
jail.
please.
Yeah, it's like he's like, you don't think you cute? It's like, hold on.
You bogus for that one.
I'm just correlating the conversation. My bad, y'all. I'm on mute.
So I just think that's some things that we should put in our culture, in our conversation when we talk about relationships, leadership qualities. Where can this man take me? How can he do something for me? And then as a man, being able to exemplify those qualities before you even try to find a partner.
You got a girlfriend because you my type.
Hey man, say
You good.
All right, all right.
No, but wait,
Mr.
we have an
Wells.
internet celebrity. No, we have an internet celebrity in the audience. I would like to say her name real quick. I don't know her name, but I know she is Aaliyah's daughter. You said you
Girl,
were
where?
daughter. Right here. She was on the internet.
Who? Put your hand up.
She is
Girl, you
she
ain't no
is
fucking
legally
Aaliyah's
Aaliyah
daughter.
and R. Kelly's daughter.
Shit.
I know her.
Who
I
told
knew
you
that was her in the audience.
Dust yourself off and try again, baby
She
girl.
might be telling the truth. I don't know, but are you telling the truth? Are you Aaliyah's daughter?
Hell no.
She said she is Aaliyah's daughter.
I love
Well,
Aaliyah.
sorry,
Don't even play with Aaliyah like that.
She
She
said,
said,
I love you, and we'll talk after this, but I kind of believe you. I'm not even gonna lie. I do kind of believe you are Aaliyah and Robert Kelly's daughter. So we'll get back to that on another note. But
I love Aaliyah too much for the fucking foolery.
Hey,
Hold on. I want to say something real quick.
I want to ask a question, a real question.
Go ahead.
Not that these weren't real questions, but this is going to get a little bit
Poor
heated.
Nepal.
Not-
She shouldn't
I
be
think
up
we
there.
won't be able to
GD
talk.
Genesis, you wrong, man. I ain't gonna hold you. This is the she's too rated PG for this this panel, bro.
And just when we was gonna let it slide too. Just when we was gonna let it slide. A reason popped up why we shouldn't let it slide. Why they should have been up there.
Two flagrant fouls within a minute period of time.
Do you think that the reality, when we hear about men saying, the black woman she's hopeless? I mean, am I going down the wrong road? Because I feel like we need to just go ahead and get the elephant in the room out the way. When they say the black woman is hopeless, the brother said he's a passport bro, and I know brothers love black women, but
That's right.
I'm going to ask the brothers. I want either one of you decide who could go first. Is there any truth, or if you want to chime in, Sonetta, you could definitely. But is there any truth to that in this room? Because you hear it on the internet a lot, and is it bleeding over into real life? Is it time to get away from black women and divest and go overseas? I know you're a husband of two black women, but I don't know this brother. So should we start with him and then whatever?
Husband of two
I want to
black
talk.
women.
I want to talk about. I want to talk.
I know my
to
second
you.
wife.
Son,
I'm
I
married.
got you.
But anyway,
Oh, okay.
Wait.
Well, go ahead. I'm gonna let you talk. You brother.
Now you've been talking all that shit,
Sisters,
like
listen,
you the
because
black king
we're
of
gonna hear-
Africa, and you got two wives.
no, they do.
You hear this, John A? He got two wives.
They actually no, they do
I
in
support,
Africa.
I care for, and I love two beautiful women.
No, I've heard of that in Africa that they have multiple wives.
It's
but
not just in Africa, it's everywhere.
This guy don't look African. You look.
It's not just in Africa, it's everywhere.
You need to start just touch them.
let's
Just put a
Always remember, relationships are
Let's see.
about the people in them. So you guys have relationships that are harmonious for you guys. Therefore, you shouldn't criticize when people find relationships that are harmonious for them, right? So we're all different. The main goal is that you find a relationship that works for you and be honest.
Y'all both live together. All three of us.
Together. Yes, ma'am.
Wow. Okay.
We need to get back to that question about the black. I want to talk because I'm always online hearing the brothers say this stuff about the black woman. I want to hear in live
Do
and
you
in
save
person.
2 for 1?
I don't
We're
believe.
gonna get to the polygyny soon. Go ahead, talk to us about is the black woman hopeless?
No, they're not. No, they're
Talk
not.
on it.
I do believe you run across the right person. That right person allows you to open up as a woman. It allows you to sit back in your femininity, right? I believe that with all my heart, point blank period. Now, I do understand that it is a popular thing nowadays for women to sit more in their masculinity, but that's only for comfort, that's for protection or whatnot, right?
Can I ask y'all this? Does sex make the relationship? Because I feel like if there is no good sex in it, I'm leaving.
So what's that?
I'm leaving.
Yes,
sex.
I
Come
can't,
on.
or I'm gonna cheat on you if
Put
we're
it
married.
on me.
If we married,
Let's come back to that.
Fuck
Let
me
ask
so
this
good,
question.
I don't go nowhere.
Hang on, y'all. We gotta do
Oh,
this.
it's kids in here. Damn,
Cause-
it's kids in here. Okay.
So I mean,
I'm
to be honest with you, to be,
Okay.
the sex thing threw me off. But okay, to be honest with you, point blank period, I do believe there's someone out there for somebody. There's someone out there with a thick head that'll go through that. There's somebody that'll take that $200. There's somebody that'll marry this
Show
man
you
twice over. There's someone out there for everybody. Point blank period. And like you said, if you see somebody, like you said that earlier, I believe you said that earlier. If you see somebody relationship, take a piece out of it. If you hear some advice that might help you later on in life, or might be a bit of help within your relationship, take a bit of that and tailor it to yourself. The sisters were talking about within a relationship. I didn't get to answer this question, but we were talking about conflict. First of all, when you're in a relationship, take the negative undertone words out of your relationship with that person that you so-called love. Take the negative undertones out.
Examples. What do you mean by
Argument, like an argument. I'm going to call it an argument. I have an argument with somebody on the street. I don't have an argument with my significant other. You know what I mean? I have an emotional discussion, because the problem with these words is they
This
carry
nigga bullshitting.
negative vibrations. They carry negative vibrations. So if I'm looking at my queen,
this is
I
the
don't want to see
problem.
anything negative. I don't want
This
to.
is the problem.
If she's waiting on me to finish conversating, I know she is, right? So what I'm going
sometimes
to do,
arguing is good for the relationship, though.
if you get to the root cause, if you get to the root cause, it's good.
It makes up for
But both
great,
have got to be willing to get to the root cause, either both or one, which means that at some point I'm going to sit back and I'm going to allow you to talk. This whole time I allowed you to talk, right?
Right. You didn't interrupt me. You were a gentleman.
Exactly.
I appreciate you.
And then when I do get ready to talk to you, I'm gonna talk with you with emotion and passion. And
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
know
look at
that's when I need to shut up.
Can you
you know,
pause
and-
it for a second? Genesis?
I'm not saying that's when you need to
Yeah,
shut up, but at the
Genesis.
same time, you respected that. You know what I mean? And that's how you run your relationship.
See, this is the problem right here. Like niggas lie, man. I can just tell, and the funny thing is, you can just tell with the aggression that they was meeting with, like the one woman. You better tell us. So tell us what's going on with the black. Like,
But you know what though? Sometimes it be there, but sometimes it also be that them niggas be like self-promoting or bigging them, like they try to big them. You ask them a question, instead of the answer, they use their opportunity to try to big themselves up or make them look like they're different from everybody else. But buddy, I know you have arguments with your significant other. Come on, bro. There's no way you living with somebody forever and y'all don't got it. Probably not some big blowout.
You have emotional discussions. You don't have arguments. You can't use
That is but that is an argument, though, DJ Genesis.
That's a low vibrational word. Okay.
You see, you buying it. You see that. This is why I don't like when y'all listen to R&B music and niggas like this guy. Yeah, this nigga just painting an illusion for y'all. You know what I mean?
And
Come on.
that's the thing that be getting. And I gotta ask, like,
Yo, your mic went out, bro.
yeah, my bad. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
See, niggas like this, man. This is the problem, man. Niggas like this lie instead of when you care about somebody, you tell them the truth. Period. You tell them the truth. Now you're gonna have women thinking, "Oh, it's not like this. It's this way," and they're never gonna get no results from that. You just telling them what they want to hear. Tell the truth. Be honest. Be honest about it. We know some sorry niggas out there. It's some sorry niggas out there. Just like it's some sorry women out there. And sometimes people don't want to change who they are. They're accustomed to being who they want to be. You tell them all the things they need to do in order to elevate themselves to be able to attract someone that may be better for them. But truth be told, look at some of these women on the panel. They don't even know. I don't even think they even know how to they wouldn't even know how to treat a good relationship if they got into one. Like, it's only certain things that they'll be accustomed to, and that's toxicity and a damaged ass, low class, no good nigga. That's what they're accustomed to having. I think a lot of the times they want that low class, damaged, sorry nigga to change his ways. But how the fuck you gonna do that? Like, I don't know, man. It be killing me sometimes when I be looking at some of this shit.
Point blank period. I deal with my queen a lot of times when she's frustrated. I would tell the men all the time, men love certain things. Like, say for instance, my queen, she's got
My
love for
queen.
the
Wait
she's
it.
got love for her job.
You
She's
gotta
got love for her
pause
family.
it. But there's no way he's going to run calling his woman my queen. No way, man. Come on, man. He's not calling his woman my queen all day. He just said he first. Oh my
He
god.
does. He's into. Or watch when you find out more information. But yeah, he just might.
Okay, my bad. I just don't buy it.
Just watch.
Spreading her love throughout all day, every day. So when she brings her love to me, sometimes it's diminished. Right? So with that being said, I at a lot of times, even when she's frustrated, this and that, even if she's arguing about something that's not even root cause, I want to sit back and I want to be the comfort for her. I'm not going to get irritated. Why am I going to get frustrated? I chose to be with this woman. Why would I be frustrated within that argument?
Give it up for this brother. Come on, y'all.
You
So
see,
it
that's
sounds
what he
like
was
the
waiting
man
for. You
has to
see,
really
go
want
ahead.
to be with the woman,
Let
or
me give him a round of applause. So let me let Vato to the stage. This is what he did it for. He did it so he could get the women them to clap it up for him and shit like that. Vato, what the hell is that, bro?
What is that?
Oh, the vapory. Okay.
Wax. I was about to say, Vato, that's a rock valve or something, man. What the hell?
I like some. I was like, was that a crack?
Nah.
You out there slinging red tops?
it's not going to work. It's sad because when the woman wants the man, nothing happens. We go through hell and hot water. We go to Methuselah and back. But when the man wants the woman, everything works out. It's just like a one-way street. Like, why does it have to be if y'all want us?
Y'all
But
stop
if you
going
want
through
the
the red
next woman
flags.
the next day, then it's F us and we have to go and pray to God to get the strength to move on. I'm sick of
So
it.
I'll
She has a
explain.
good point.
I'll
She
explain
has a
something
very
to you
good
guys.
point.
Amber,
She
you
don't believe half of what
So
she's saying.
when it comes to these relationships, right? You guys have to realize this: women are the access to sex. It is up to her to decide whenever she is ready and willing to let this man sleep with her. As bad as he may want it, it is up to her. Relationships are about the man. He typically has to carry that relationship to be responsible for. He's taking another person into his home. So a woman choosing a man for a relationship, it just doesn't work out that way. It's like me walking up to any one of you ladies saying, "Come on, let's have sex." Sex ain't up to me. It's up to y'all. But the relationship is up to the man. So if he pursues you for a relationship, only then should you take him serious. You shouldn't take a man serious who coming to you asking you for sex. Okay, because that's not how you're going to get that relationship with that man. If you want sex with that man, then absolutely have some sex. But if you want a relationship with him, he has to work for that. He has
Sir,
to take
can
you
I
out
ask
court
you what's your
to
name?
know you for that.
What's your name again? Kevin. Okay. Kevin, I would like to ask you a question, and the men up here and
All right, I want to let y'all know y'all got a minute to answer the question.
Okay, it's quick. It's quick.
A minute to answer the question.
So I see what's going on here, but I want to know if you was to meet a queen out in the world, think she's beautiful, and she lets you know that she's a trans woman. What happens in that situation? Because we're in 2023 now. You can't tell the difference these days.
You gotta rewind this. You gotta rewind this.
Look at his face. Look at his face. Look at his face. Wait, what?
The full screen.
Didn't I say after we just let this shit slide? After we just let this shit slide. This is what happened.
We got paused it right at the craziest moment too.
You see what happened when you let shit slide? You see what happened when you let shit slide? You give people an inch and they take a fucking mile. That's what happened.
Wait, you gotta rewind it because I gotta hear if he like how they line up the question.
Wait, he say somebody say screenshot that still.
Hey.
What? On his face, bro. Put it on the screen. Wait, put it bigger so you can see his face. Really?
Yeah. Whoever wanted a screenshot, y'all got it.
What? I know you ain't did me.
Yo, where that question even come from? That shit ain't got nothing to do with nothing. You know what I'm saying? That shit is wild.
See, this
That's
is why
a
I don't deal
violation.
with black people. That's why I shouldn't even came to this event.
That brother Koofy about to slide off his head in the
All right. So
wait, Nightish, come on,
out
Nightish. This is
in
wild.
the world, think she's beautiful, and she lets you know that she's a trans woman. What happens in that situation? Because we're in 2023 now. You can't tell the difference these days. So what happens if something like that happens as a man? What do you do?
Chitty chitty bang bang.
If they told me straight up that they were trans, I would thank them for telling me straight up, and that's just it.
So what happens if she led you on? Maybe
I'd be highly frustrated, highly pissed, and she'd probably get the worst out of me.
Would you hurt her?
I would feel raped.
Really?
Absolutely.
Even if
Oh,
you guys
my
didn't have
God.
sex or anything like that?
Well, if I touched her in any way and I found out that she wasn't what I like, my type, and I would feel tricked.
Is that-
I'd feel raped.
Wow, because I.
But why did you find the?
Yeah. We gotta. And rewind it too if you can, so we could. Yeah. Appreciate it.
Let me ask you a question, Witch Doctor. Hasn't men said this before? Like, this is like, we knew that this would be an issue. We knew it would be people like that'll be trying to pull stunts like that. Not saying, I don't know what that that community does or whatever, but the idea that you would think it's okay to try to deceive a straight man into, even if it's like let's say not like just touching or
To me, any
somebody,
physical thing,
it's
to
not
me, that
cool,
shit is
man.
low key SA. I wouldn't say it's
Yeah,
full fledged
that's
grape,
not cool.
but it's SA because is you ain't consent to that. You thought you was getting, you know what I'm saying? You thought it was the pum pum down there. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
And that shit is not cool. And this has happened with some of these transformers before, and they end up losing their life behind that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
A woman said, even looking at you in a different type of way is sexual harassment. So
You see, you got a pint, Vato.
like I don't give a damn if you get rejected 10 times out of 10. If you tell the truth.
But
up
why
front
wouldn't
to
you
a
want?
motherfucker.
Why wouldn't you want somebody that fuck with what you got going on? Why try to get somebody? You know what I'm saying? That shit is crazy. It's like you trying to rob people of they shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
Right. I saw a Tubi movie like that too, not that long ago, where a person was a transformer and they ain't let it was the clip, and they ain't let them know, and them motherfuckers went and hid in the bathroom, and he was like, "Motherfuckers been saying you was a transformer and all of that," and then they didn't say, and then that motherfucker was like losing his mind. I'm like, you can't play games like that with people.
Yeah.
You want a relationship with him, he has to work for that. He has
Sir,
to take
can
you
I
out
ask
course.
you a
He
question?
get to know you for that.
What's your name again? Kevin. Okay. Kevin, I would like to ask you a question, and the men up here and
All right, I want to let y'all know y'all got a minute to answer the question.
Okay, it's quick. It's
a
quick.
minute to answer the question.
So I see what's going on here, but I want to know if you were to meet a queen out in the world, think she's beautiful, woo woo woo, and she lets you know that she's a trans woman. What happens in that situation? Because we're in 2023 now. You can't tell the difference these days. So what happens if something like that happens as a man? What do you do?
Chitty chitty bang bang.
If they told me straight up that they were trans, I would thank them for telling me straight up, and that's just it.
So what happens if she led you on? Maybe
I'd be highly frustrated, highly pissed, and she'd probably get the worst out of me.
Would you hurt her?
I would feel raped.
Really?
Absolutely.
Even if
Oh,
you guys
my
didn't have
God.
sex or anything like that?
Well, if I touched her in any way and I found out that she wasn't what I like, my type, and I would feel tricked.
Is that-
I'd feel raped.
Wow, because I.
But why did you find without knowing that you found like you're a man and you don't know what you're sliding off in?
No, let's just say.
But
That's
these
fucked
days,
up.
you can't
She said
tell
before
these
sex.
days.
She
You
said
can't
before
tell
sex.
these days, so he wouldn't know.
But when they're doing it, they're not gonna know.
I feel-
Even if I was just holding her hand, if I didn't know that was a guy and I didn't know all that going in,
You don't see the Adam's apple.
You can't build a foundation on deception though.
But my
Hey,
thing
look.
is, I just want
Hey, hold on in the audience. Hold on.
Wait,
I'm gonna
he
close
still
this
got
thing
the
out. We're
microphone?
gonna have to close this thing
I
out real
wanted to see
quick.
if he was going to say if he
No,
was
he
gonna
asked
say
for it.
Ain't nobody gonna do.
because that's usually what
But you don't
happens
know what
in
he gonna.
today's day. If a man feels tricked,
That's why I
he
said
will
chitty chitty
kill
bang bang.
her. He will kill her as a trans woman because of him feeling his manhood was taken from him.
But that's
But
like
I mean,
that's
that's
like,
only if you take it so far, though.
that's like a woman
saying,
taking a man's
be
life if
honest,
she
yo.
found
You
out he
should play on
cheated on
both
her. It's the same.
All right, last question. I want the panel to go through it. Last question. Then we're going to bring up a
I never
performing
did
artist
this.
to come up here and give us some powerful
Enough of
entertainment. Nepal, you wanted to say something?
I was going to speak on that as
Go ahead.
far as relationships go. Just like with women, when you're violated, You know what I'm saying? Like if a man rapes a woman, you know, you want that person to die. And I'm not saying no, there should never be violence against anyone. You should be able to go through the justice system. So you should never, ever, ever kill someone who hasn't tried to take your life. But we have to stop. I don't like using the situation with the trans because there's sick people who look for trans. So I like to put that aside. But we have to stop making men bow down, and they have to be men again. No, that's one. There's just a short list that men have. You know, I don't want to sleep with other men if I'm heterosexual. I just want to come home and have peace. You know, and I'm not a pick me. You know, then there's about 3 other things on that list. So yes, we have to be sensitive because you can't take people's lives. However, we also have to look at the trans responsibility. Don't trick men because there are some beautiful.
Exactly,
we
my love.
have one right here.
One right here.
Wait,
and I don't walk
some,
around with trans
no,
women on my forehead.
But
and
you
I
don't
won't.
do that, Sydney.
But the
there's
thing is,
women
I hate
out there who do.
when a man comes on to me, doesn't know anything about my history, doesn't know my TV history, doesn't know all the shows I've been on, literally popular ass shows, Wildin' Out, Baddies,
So he doesn't
Love
know
and
you're
Hip Hop,
trans, he
doesn't
knows-
know anything. But when I let them know that I'm trans, I am the fucking wrong person. I'm in the
Like
wrong.
all right. In closing.
Okay, well,
that's
I'm gonna give y'all a minute
to say to close.
Sounded
I've been
getting
listening-
uncomfortable.
Let's get this
Okay,
up.
we
Go
got
ahead.
people in the audience
that wanna say
I've
that
been
I'm the
sitting
wrong
and I've been listening to everybody talk. Like I literally been listening to everybody talk.
Yeah, thank you.
And I just been listening to everybody feedback about relationships, about everything. And I hear the fellas blaming the women blaming the fellas, everybody just blaming each other. But I want to say this to close this out. Like everybody is their own person. Everybody have baggage that they got to carry in a relationship. You can't blame Tom, Dick, and Harry for what your actions done brought upon you, or you can't blame the next person for what you feel like is going wrong within yourself. So I just been listening to everybody, and I just feel like the man and the woman have some type of accountability to uphold in a relationship. You can't blame everybody for what's going wrong within your relationship. I just feel like everybody needs to take accountability for what's going on in the relationship and just stop blaming others. And it comes a time where everybody have that weight on their shoulder. And once you carry a 5-pound bag of sugar, like it continues to get heavier and heavier. And I'm being serious when I speak this because
But you know it's 2023.
Hold on, let him finish. Let him finish. Let him finish.
This is my best friend, y'all. I'm sorry.
No,
Let him
I'm
finish.
serious. It like everybody just need to stop holding somebody else accountable for their actions, and everybody need to just man up and woman up and just take full responsibility for what's going on in the relationship.
agree.
And that's just real. I just wanted to say that.
Thank you,
All right,
you, brother
all right.
Jermaine. Give it up for Jermaine. Thank you, brother Jermaine. Sit
Yes,
your ass
we're gonna
down.
move on, man. I'm gonna tell y'all, right? We as black men don't want to take responsibility. And that's the problem. We got to take responsibility in every nationality. That white man is at the head of his family. And that white man take responsibility, right? When you look at every nationality, it's always the man at the top. Only in the Negro community is because the woman makes more money, so I'm going to run the household. It still don't work like that. Not with me, it don't. You see what I'm saying? Because I have a wife that make more money than me, but she give me that respect
right here
and still allow me to run my damn household.
Because
Okay?
you're a man. If you wasn't a man, she wouldn't give you that
Trust
respect.
me, man. Ain't no woman out there. I don't give a damn how much you make. When you step in my house, you still gonna respect me as a damn man.
That's a man.
And
No,
I'm
that's
gonna
right.
run this.
That's a
I
man.
don't
Yes,
wanna
that's
I'm
for
gonna run
permission.
my household like
That's
a
a
man's
man.
supposed to.
Woo, where's
we got
his
to
son?
get back to being men. That's all I'm telling y'all.
Where's
That's
his
not
son?
that's not disrespecting your woman. That's making her look up to you and respect you as a man. When you give that right over, she can run over you all day long, man. Do what she want to do. Come on, man.
How long y'all been together? How long y'all been married?
I've been with my wife for like 35 years.
You have 3 wives.
How many sons you got?
I've been with one of my wives for 35 years.
Wait, hold on.
I've been with my
Wait,
second,
wait,
I've been with my second wife.
25.
I've been with my
Class
second
is
wife
adjourned, everybody.
for over 20 years.
Your third wife for 4 years.
You know what happened, man? We as a people have been stripped of a thorough knowledge of self, man.
Talk
Y'all
on
been
it. Come
stripped
on.
of a knowledge of self.
I mean, that's some commitment. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all been in 5-month relationships, and y'all
I
ain't
want to
making it.
say
I
this
just
real
want to put
quick.
it
I
out
want to say
there.
this real quick. This brother right here.
3? Oh my God. He got 3 wives. You
Child,
got 2.
please.
He out.
I'm busting out 3 house windows.
Why you keep touching that
I
man?
want to say this. I want to say to this young king. He's
Yeah,
absolutely correct.
they
now.
they
It's not so much
comfortable.
about fault as it is responsibility. So it's not whose fault it is.
Just a
Whose
sugar
responsibility is it in a relationship to make a relationship harmonic? Both people, right? So it's not 50-50, it's 100-100. So if you're not giving all to your relationship, it's silly if you expect it to be harmonic. If you're not giving your all, you cheating if you're not giving your all. So why take somebody into your life if you're not going to treat them right? It makes absolutely no sense. It's like bringing a pet home that you're not going to feed. Why would you do that?
right? So it's not about going back in time and finding out who's originally responsible for all this mess. We all know that there's women who are not worthy of marriage. There's men who are not worthy of marriage, and it's always going to be the case.
All right.
If you want a relationship, you gotta work it. You gotta make it happen.
While you talking, close us out, brother. You got a minute.
Okay.
Close us out.
I would just say, guys, for me, I speak for our ancestors who have not yet arrived. I speak for the children. So my goal is to make sure that we have harmonious relationships so our children have their mother and their father in the home so they can get everything they need in their development because they didn't ask to be here. So we can choose whatever life we want individually. But if we're not thinking about those children, we're not going to be accountable to those lives, and we're going to keep on damaging our communities because we just like pleasure. And we don't actually seek to be accountable to the life that we live. So if we want to fix our communities, it's going to require us all to be responsible for the relationships that we take on.
Is one of your wives?
No, both are.
Oh, okay.
Whatever
But
that-
one of his wives is here, and the white sonnetter.
Where?
Which one of Sonnetta's wife is this here?
Are you one of his
Where
wives?
is the wife?
I'm one of his wives.
Really? Okay.
I got one of my subs.
So
there, too.
it don't.
Stand up, sister.
I
Let me
don't-
see.
Why are you okay with
I'm gonna
having
be real.
a
I
husband?
don't feel bad with being the thought that I
Sex
am
with other
because y'all got 3 and 2 wives, and I'll be thoughting
Why
it
are you
out.
okay
That's not
with
thought.
that? Like, how can you be
We didn't even
okay
get a chance to
with
talk
a
about
man that has sex with multiple women? How are you
Those
okay
are
with
my
that?
sister
But
wives.
you
Can
sitting
I-
here trying
Amber,
to give me advice? How can
Amber,
you give me advice? Look at what
Amber,
you stand for.
Amber.
My mother would never stand for that.
Amber, really quickly, just because this man is polygamous does not mean
Polygamous my ass. That's trifling.
It's not trifling.
That's what it is. It's
you do
trifling.
you do what work for you as an advocate
It's
of polygamy.
trifling,
You
and
do
I'm
what works for
sorry.
you in 2023. 3 incomes is
So I can go be a hoe and
one.
fuck 6 niggas, have their babies, and be
3
a
incomes.
prostitute, and everything will be all
So
right.
think about this right here. Think about this right here. Say you meet a single guy, he's unmarried, right? He don't
Yes.
have wives at all, right? So he's single. How many women do you think that he's sleeping with?
several. You polygamous.
Damn, if you
and
didn't
you-
know
Good one, Kevin.
A lot.
Are we doing?
A lot. Okay.
How many wives did Jesus have?
What that's supposed to mean?
Jesus was an advocate for free poly.
How many wives did the men in the Bible have? How many?
They had several wives.
Thank you. Why does
They had several.
I
The
feel
Bible-
like
prophets-
that's
the
just
prophets
greedy.
of
It's
God-
just greedy.
the
And
prophets of the
basically,
Most High
let me tell y'all
had
something because I'm
several
gonna get this
wives. What are you
out.
talking about?
Sonetta,
DJ Genesis, you gotta stop the video sometime too. You know what I mean?
No, right. I just wanted to show y'all like that turbo. So what y'all gotta say about that?
Jesus had like 4 wives right now.
Wait, did he have 4 wives?
No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Please do not clip that. No.
Okay. You said how many women did the people with men in the Bible? I think they had multiple wives in the Bible, didn't they?
Right.
Always found it crazy how people like to use religion when it's convenient. They don't follow the holy book on any aspects except when they're using scripture when it's convenient to fit their narrative. That's crazy to me.
This woman said, "How could a woman be okay with a man who fucks with multiple women?" And this ain't the same woman that says she about to have sugar daddies, and when her titties drop, then she about to get a man. That is crazy to hear the same woman that said that shit say a woman shouldn't be with a man that fucking with multiple women. That's crazy.
They're on stage with a transvestite, so the whole conversation fucked up.
The whole shit is out of pocket.
A transformer that keep hitting on a dude at that.
Yeah,
and keep
whoever.
touching,
Hey, I
touching the man on the shoulder. You know what I mean? Shit.
Hey, I
man.
think the dude in the audience still got the microphone every time. Every time Sydney talk, he got the microphone. I'm like, nigga, you pass the motherfucking mic, bro. Shit, man, this shit is crazy. Genesis, you set up some fuckery.
Right.
I'm just
In
letting you know
real
right
life,
now.
in real whole life. You know what I mean? This ain't no panel fuckery. This some real whole life.
This is not like our regular fuckery. This is like real life panel fuckery. Yeah, right.
There's one take
You do
life.
what works for you in 2023. 3 incomes is
So I can go be a hoe and
one.
fuck 6 niggas, have their babies, and be a prostitute, and everything will be all
So
right.
think about this right here. Say you meet a single guy, he's unmarried, right? He don't have wives at all, right? So he's single. How many women do you think that he's sleeping with?
Several. You polygamous.
Damn, if you didn't
and
know
you-
Kevin.
A lot.
Are we doing
A lot. Okay.
How many wives did Jesus have?
What that's supposed to mean?
Jesus was an
Jesus
advocate for
wasn't
free
married.
poly.
So we should have
But
How many
It's
wives did the
different.
men in the Bible have? How many?
they had
Zero.
several wives.
Thank you.
So
Why
we
does
have zero wives?
They had several.
I
The
feel
Bible.
like
they
that's
had
just
several.
greedy.
of
It's just
God.
greedy.
The
And
prophets of the
basically,
Most High
let me tell y'all
had
something because I'm
several
gonna get this
wives. What are you
out.
talking about?
Sonetta,
Let her get
let
it
me
out.
say this.
Let her get it
Abraham
out.
I
had 2
love you
wives.
and I respect you, brother, but men like you are nothing but greedy. Basically, because I'm a man and I got the money and the power to control shit and run shit, that I'm just gonna have multiple women. But if women had multiple men, it'll be a whole different.
Please.
They do.
You had the
Mine
floor.
do.
Amber, but why do you think it's
Mine do.
them? Why do you think it's them?
You got one behind you.
Why do you
Mine
think it's
do.
them?
It's just not
a wife.
cool. It's
a
giving
husband.
greedy. It's
Okay,
giving
well, I want to
greedy.
say this. All right, we all have our opinions. Let me say
It's
this.
giving greedy.
The thing about the woman and the man, women are not wired the same as men. Women are not wired the same as men. And it is about, I know people don't, listen, you can be monogamous if you want, but a man is biologically designed to have multiple wives. It's just, it's natural.
Girl. Who told you that?
A man,
It's
listen.
It's nature. You get pregnant. You get pregnant. It's 9 months. You out the game.
Yo, it's to each his own, man. If it ain't for you,
Y'all
don't
believe
do
in whatever
it.
Bible
It's
y'all
not
wanna
easy.
believe, and it's
I'm gonna
not
tell
cool.
you right now. It's not easy, y'all.
Yeah, it's not easy.
All right. So it's to each his own. That's all it is. So
It's definitely gonna need a part 2 or 3 and 4.
It's greedy
Think
and
about
it's
this.
disgusting.
This whole meeting of the minds. That's why I brought this together. You see what's happening here is because
go ahead.
Come on,
Big
this right
old-
here. You
big
see
old
how we
no.
can't even
Genesis
disagree
regulating.
when people when they came together. They're agreeing with their situation.
I'm appalled.
Okay, up here we have 1, 2, 3 people.
Okay, so
1,
you
2, 3, 4.
right. So all right.
I
So
got my
did you get
hand
to
in
close,
the
say your
tub.
closing statement? Did you get to say your closing statement?
I'm also mad y'all kicked out.
I wanted to say this. Hold on. He closing out.
Hold on. We gotta close out because we gotta
Okay.
we gotta
Shorts. Where's Shorts at?
Brother Shorts about to come on.
Brother Shorts getting ready to tear
We've
the
had a
house
great
up,
night.
man.
I thank everybody for coming.
Thank you,
But we gotta
Monica.
close this out.
I would like to say, I wish y'all didn't kick out my hater fan because I would have made baddies up in this. Yeah, baddies would have been turned. I'd have went down there and gave y'all a baddies episode. Yeah, y'all should have kept that person in
We'll
here.
talk about it.
I don't know why y'all kicked that person out. Why did y'all kick the person out?
Because we was gonna whoop her
No
if they
shade.
didn't. They were being
Because I'm just saying dead ass. Y'all should have let the person stay because it would have been a baddies episode with this all at once. But I thank you for having me.
Where is she, Monica? Is she still
All right,
around?
all right.
She's
all
gone.
right.
She purposely did that to start messing. She knew what she was doing. So.
I would love to be a part of the next one because this is going to get bigger and bigger. This is just
You-
the
you-
start.
so who can see my vision?
All right.
I
Who
see
can see
the
my
vision.
vision?
Let's hear Genesis vision. We're gonna work together. Talk about New York.
Vision.
All right.
At the end of the day,
Pause.
we're supposed to be closing out with love. Point blank period. Y'all need
Thank you
y'all
guys.
love.
Thank y'all for having me.
Give it up. Give it
The
up.
transgender
Sydney, y'all.
diva, Sydney Star.
Let's put it.
All right. Thank
Put
you.
your hands
Let
together.
Taurus close because he had something to say. Let Taurus close out. And say your final words.
I mean, at the end of the day, point blank period, like my man
Taurus
said,
closing out.
we are all responsible within our
Panel,
relationships,
y'all,
right?
panel.
We are all
Taurus
responsible.
closing out.
But in real life, reality, at some times, your mate can fall short of being that person for you as
He
far
looks like
as
logic.
holding your mental capacity or emotional capacity. And at that point, that's when you're supposed to take over. It's supposed to go back and forth, point blank period. And at the end of the day, in all honesty, we put this panel up here so we can get all kind of different ideas and just see what people are saying and feeling about other people's aspects of life. But in real life, man, point blank period.
Whole time this girl been sitting there.
Who?
The
You
girl
don't-
in the red hair.
Yeah.
Who is that?
That's his sub. He is into like the S&M. So
Oh, BDS. Okay.
so
Oh,
the
wow.
S&M.
whole entire show, she's sitting there like this.
What's S&M?
BDSM. That's what she means.
Like
BDSM?
slave and
Oh,
master,
hell
slave and
no.
master
Oh,
situation.
hell no. This shit, wow.
Submissive and master. My friend.
Oh, hell
No, it's not submissive and it's mastiff kiss.
They got all types of shit going on up on that stage, man. Oh,
Right,
hell
right,
no.
right. It's a gumbo of ratchet shit. You know what I mean?
Did Sydney Star have to use the men's bathroom or the women's?
I don't know.
Oh, my fault. My fault.
Did you sit down or stand up?
Come on, man. What's going on?
So you only saw his you couldn't see her over here the whole time that she was sitting there.
Okay. Did she have
So
basketball
Holding your
shorts
mental
when
capacity
she
or
left?
emotional capacity. And at that point, that's when you're supposed to take over. It's supposed to go back and forth, point blank period. And at the end of the day, in all honesty, we put this panel up here so we can get all kind of different ideas and just see what people are saying and feeling about other people's aspects of life. But in real life, man, point blank period, we all do need to heal on a continuous basis. Yourself, starting with yourself. You don't know what love looks like until you love yourself, right? And if you're in your relationship, right, the soul child, and if you're in your relationship and you don't know what love looks like, make sure you express that to your partner So maybe a partner can help you find what love looks like. Maybe they can hold you up. Maybe they can support you. Maybe they can push you in the right direction. But point blank period, when you choose a partner, just know you chose someone and they'll never get that time in their life back. Think about it like that. Start thinking about deeper things. I'll never get this time back that I spent with you. You know what I mean? So with that being said, don't take anyone's life away just because you wanted to be the sugar mama or the sugar daddy, or you want to be the pimp, you want to get that extra notch up under your belt or something like that. Now, don't take nobody's life away for that. You know what I mean? Be honest, point blank period. And don't get your head busted up with some wood because you were lying.
Thank you.
All right, give it up for Taurus, y'all. Give it up.
All right, so that's pretty much the end of the show. After that, I have a person come up and perform. But yeah, that was it. So that was the show that caused all that drama, all the hoopla, blah 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 blah. And yeah. But I was gonna show y'all the same chick, the Amber Ali, how she and this smart dude went ham on each other on this panel because
they don't want to be held accountable. The black woman ego has to be destroyed. This is the problem. I am blaming black women. Yes, I said it. Yeah, let me say. Let me.
He was going to be on the panel. So could you imagine if he was on the channel? So they end up into it, and it got real crazy. Like they started to threaten each other, and they had already responded to this speaking, and she is speaking live.
How many subscribers did you have when they were fucking with you?
If you want to sit here and take what I'm saying out of context, if we don't want to look at the reality, that's why I mentioned the Willie Lynch letter. Black women have been conditioned to be a certain way. The black man is the only man that gets disrespected by his woman publicly. The white man don't do that. He don't deal with that. The Chinese man don't deal with that.
What about Me Too? I thought the white woman was going down the Capitol with like pink hats on.
DJ, how many subscribers did you have?
Let's really go there. At that time, about 30,000.
How many followers in total?
Well, now I have 60,000, but at the time of all this going on, it's about 30,000 followers.
So they didn't really look at you any type of way because you had a little bit of numbers or whatever.
That's not a little bit of numbers, bro.
Yeah, that's a nice little hefty amount.
Right.
How long did it take you to get that?
Nah, he's right. There's people who be number watching.
But you can make some decent money off 30,000 followers.
Right. You don't gotta get no A-lister. You just gotta get the people them that gonna bite because they're not that big. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get people that's reachable. You know what I'm saying?
But what he's saying is just the number watchers, the haters.
Oh, okay. Because you know what? You know why I say that's not because maybe back.
You gotta have 100,000 to fuck with me. You know what I mean? Like some shit like that. People are like,
nah, because back in the day. On the old YouTube, if you had 30,000, that wasn't considered much because everything was based off of numbers then. But now the way the viewership and everything has changed, 30,000 ain't nothing to sneeze at. And if anything, it's a foundation. You build off of that. So you can make a little change off 30,000.
Man, people be tripping off of 500 subs, man.
Yeah, that's true.
People be hating.
Well, DJ Witch Doctor got more engagement than I do, and he has less subscribers. So all that subs don't mean nothing. It don't mean shit.
Because a lot of DJ Genesis subscribers they watch replay and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because you say after your life finish, then your views start going up. Mines don't go up that I don't get a lot of replay value because I do long form content all the time type shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, my people, they don't even watch the live stream. They watch the replay. So I might be broadcasting and have 5 people in the audience. And then after that, there'll be 300 people watched it. So
hey Doc, you should chop them up like Anton. He chops up the best interactions and fucking upload.
Yeah, I need to start doing that shit for real.
I've been trying. You gotta get Opus clip. That's all you gotta get.
But that should work better when it's people. This is why I've been having people cammed up on the earlier part of the show because that Opus clip just work better when people cammed up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then on top of it, Witch Doctor, you can take parts from the live and turn that into a whole video and just upload that, a 10-minute video.
Oh, I'm about to do that. I'm about to see me start doing more uploads, and I'm about to do some pre-recordings. You know what I'm saying? in the background, just like this style, StreamYard, but instead of going live, I'll just do some pre-recordings, some shorter form. But what I would say, the thing about DJ Genesis, her content is more like informative, like information.
Right.
But over on this side, my content on this channel is more entertaining, you know what I'm saying? So people gonna fuck with it for the live interaction, but it's not like you gotta play it over to get any information. Whereas her shit, she's interviewing people who's actually specializing in whatever the fuck they talking about, so people could replay their shit for information, you know what I mean?
Right. And I'm trying to find the part where Smart. This was because he was supposed to be on the panel, and then him and Amber Ali got into this argument, and it got real heated and crazy. But then I'm gonna tell you some crazy stuff there. Hold on, let me see. I think that's on a different one. But I think this.
Keep that energy in person, baby.
It won't change. It won't.
It just ended up getting just even worse and worse as time went on. It finally ended up where they were just like, Sod Netter had to come and try to like mediate this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Like, y'all be feeling
like
who y'all be stuck on me?
Supposed to be the man.
This is out for fun.
So how do we solve the issues in the black community right now?
He don't know how to talk to women. He don't know how to respect women. All he do is put women down. Black women this, black women that, black women this,
Right. What
black
happened
women
to
that. That's
so
all
this
he
is why
fucking
y'all
do.
can't get along.
That's all he do.
Listen,
But I ain't gonna hold you. The brother said some real shit about the disrespect.
Huh?
The brother says some real shit about the disrespect though, because what other race of people you know that the women just you know what I'm saying, dissing the dudes that crazy, you know what I mean?
Every race.
Not really.
I don't be
What you
seeing that
talking
shit.
about? Have you ever talked to a Filipino about a Filipino
Oh,
man?
you talking about private conversation. I'm talking about
Oh
on
my
public
God.
platform. I want to see
Yes,
that.
in public. They
No, I'm
do
talking
all
about-
the same
okay,
shit.
okay.
White girls do the same shit. What are
Okay,
you
I'll just
talking
put it
about?
this way. I'll just put it this
You
way.
don't see white girls talking about Todd and Bobby and all them? What are you
Not
talking
in the way,
about?
not in the way that our women talk. No, because
In
I'm
what
not. I'm
way?
gonna keep it real.
Bro, our women got a whole movement named Divestors, bro.
And the white women have the Me Too movement, and they have the feminist movement, and they have the whole.
That's not
like,
exclusively for.
oh my
Listen,
God,
I'm gonna just say
y'all
this. I'm gonna just say this. I haven't seen women get as aggressive with they men as I've seen. For somebody that
talking
say,
about?
let me finish. For somebody that says that they're the least protected, a lot of women sure do feel comfortable bucking up to men in our community. For women that say that they are the least protected and black men are scary and black men do this and they do that and they're violent, we have a lot of women in our community that really feel comfortable with threatening black men, bucking up to black men. Certain women telling a black man she gonna get somebody else to do something to him. We have a lot of that in our community. Now, one thing that I have seen when it comes to other groups, if women act that way, and I'm not saying it's not women that don't, is usually met with force or is usually met with is consequences to the way that they act. Especially if you're talking about different cultures where they still got that old culture of a mindset. It's like some of these other cultures believe in putting their hands on their women.
Yeah, I think
Like,
I think you lost in the sauce, bro. I think you
I'm just
got
telling
watch
you what
this
I see.
internet. I know. I
I'm
think
just
you
telling
lost
you
in
what
the
I
sauce,
see.
my. I think you lost in the sauce, my G. Have you ever heard of talk to a Russian woman and how they talk to their men? Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I said what the fuck I'm talking about.
I
What
know,
you
I know,
talking
I
about?
know, I know. It sound fly on the internet, but that shit whack, and that shit don't
Like I
even fly in real world.
I haven't seen.
Okay, then go outside then.
I've been outside. I'm
Okay,
always outside.
go outside.
You gotta also see
You go outside of your inner circle because
this fucking behavior is unacceptable.
Most women will
It's
air out your laundry,
unacceptable, bro.
you know?
yeah. Have you ever talked to a Mexican woman? What the fuck are you talking about?
Bro, I know. Wait a minute. I know hella Mexicans, bro. When I say hella Mexicans, I'm
come on,
basically,
man.
no, bro. I know I know hella Mexicans, but I don't hear. I never heard a Mexican woman talking about Mexican men in a as a whole on some
Neither
shit.
have
They
I.
might talk about one dude or their baby father or somebody, you know what I'm saying? But they ain't talking about them in a whole type shit. Only our people be doing that shit, bro.
You've never heard of a Mexican woman talk about Mexican men as a whole. Is that what you're
What they
saying?
said about them, I never heard about that shit. Where's the cliches?
Okay,
Or
so you
machista.
just never heard it. It's either you've never heard it or you just don't know what they say.
I probably never heard it. It probably not as
They
popular
go
But
as.
most
upside a
Mexican men are
woman's head a lot
machistas. So.
faster too, though. They'll go upside a woman's head quicker too. So,
But have you ever watched like Telemundo? What
Yes, I've
what are
watched
you guys
Telemundo and
talking about?
This
Univision.
nigga, he black
Like
as
And you
what
know
hell.
what
kind of
I've seen?
characters?
Wait,
What
wait,
kind
wait.
of
This nigga, he black as hell.
characterization of other
You know what
people
I've
that you
seen on
guys have?
Telemundo and
He black. You must
Univision?
be running for office, bro.
Here's what I've
No,
seen on
I'm just
Here's
being
what
dead
I've
ass
seen on
serious. Like
Telemundo and Univision. It's always the crazy Spanish dude with the cowboy hat that's slapping around women on the telenovelas. That's what I've seen on television on
Man.
Telemundo and Univision. Okay, and I've heard stories. I ain't trying to throw other groups under the bus, but I heard
Well, like in
stories
South
about men
America, they're
being
allowed to
quick
hit the
with their
women.
hands in the
have
Latin
you ever
community.
heard of the femicide in Mexico? What are you talking about?
Yeah,
Like,
in Honduras, you know, you talk
That's
back,
my
they
point.
chop up the women.
Okay, so what the fuck are you talking about when you say that? Like, I get what you're saying. In our culture, if you've never been outside, it seems like a whole bunch of bullshit. But when you really look at the whole, like men and women in general do the same bullshit. Like I could sit here and talk to you about how a Russian woman will talk to her Russian husband. Like
And
they,
that's when I
they be
asked you,
hella
how many
aggressive.
Russians do you know?
I used
How
to
many Russians do you know?
I used to stay with a Ukrainian.
Okay.
Okay. They taught
Those
me
what, super
Zajugaka, Suka, all the curse words. They drinking snachnia. I've seen the same shit. They do the same shit we do. What the fuck?
Man,
I just say I think niggas be just crying and they
They
be
more
looking for
low
that
key,
victim.
Nah,
bro.
niggas ain't
They look,
crying.
niggas be wanting
Niggas is telling the
victim.
truth.
Niggas,
And a lot of people don't like
niggas
the
be
fucking
wanting that
truth.
victim shit. We don't do that
Niggas ain't
victim
being
shit.
victims. Niggas is telling the truth about what's happening out here.
Okay,
This
how about
is
you
why
tell
we
the
can't
truth?
get nowhere because we never want to tell the fucking truth. We
How
don't
about
never
you tell
want to
the
be
How
fucking
about you
honest
tell the
about
truth
the
about
shit
the
that's going
average
on.
black family? Okay, how about you tell the truth about the average black man and the average black family where the man is married to that individual? Why are they together?
And
If
I
their women are
respect
so
that.
hard, the
I
average
respect that. That don't get
okay
promoted at all in our community.
because no, it's not being promoted by you. You don't give a fuck
No,
about
it's
that
not.
shit.
No.
You the
hear what
one
the
sitting
fuck
here
the women are
saying that
saying?
most of our
Do
women
you
are
hear what the
trash.
women are saying, E Black? Do you hear what the
Man.
women are saying? The women are the ones that's
I hear what
complaining that
marriageable
don't
women are
exist.
saying.
I know it exists. But they saying that it don't exist. That all these niggas ain't shit. We ain't never built nothing. We ain't nothing. They call us all types of derogatory terms that's similar to a fucking neo-white supremacist online. Like you get blatant disrespect, and then you want me to sit up here and act like what I'm seeing or what a lot of other brothers ain't seeing. They eyes are just fucking deceiving them. Come on, man, cut the bullshit, bro.
Yeah,
Cut the bullshit.
all I'm saying is when you compare races, I don't like that thing when you say, "Oh, these people don't do it because it don't really match up to reality."
I'm not saying that they don't.
I will
What
show
I'm
you
saying-
I will show you a Filipino woman who will sit there and bitch slap her fucking Filipino man. That is known.
Is that the norm?
Yes.
The exception
Yes.
don't fall.
Yes.
The exception
Yes,
don't,
nigga. I grew up in the Bay
exception is
Area,
not the
nigga.
rule.
These Filipinos is
But
more
look,
gangster
I
than
ain't saying look, E Black. I understand what you're saying because even Hispanic women would put their hands on their dudes and shit, right? All I'm
Yes.
saying is like these people are not like how black women, and I would even say
And
a
expect not
lot
to
of
get hit
black
back
men
and
too. Like how black men and black women criticize each other publicly in front of everybody. I don't see nobody else doing that shit in front of
Because they speak
everybody.
Spanish. What the fuck? They speak Spanish and Chinese and Asian. Like, what the fuck? Where you gonna sit there
But
and
there's a lot of
listening to
people
it?
that speak English though. What about white people?
Okay, what's the Asian
they
network?
destroy your
What's the
materialistic
Asian?
shit too.
All right, what's the Asian network that you would go to listen to that shit?
I'm just looking at all that shit on YouTube.
Okay, all right, exactly. Y'all don't. Like I
YouTube
said, y'all
movies.
talking, y'all saying y'all don't hear it, but then I asked a simple question: where would you go to find it? And then you say, "Oh, I find it on YouTube."
No,
Like
wait.
Yo,
that
I'm
don't
gonna say
even
this.
that don't
I'm gonna
sound
say
like
this to the
reality. That does not sound like
Wait a
reality based.
minute. You asked me the networks. The only thing I could go by is YouTube and what I see in real life. I could. I'm only going by YouTube and what I see in real life. I don't. I'm not. I don't watch
that's why
Telemundo and all of that stuff.
that's why
Yeah, I'm gonna
people are
tell you
having
something
AI
real quick.
relationships right now. Did you guys hear about the AI relationships?
Now,
That shit's
Vato, correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I grew up around some Hispanics, right?
yeah.
In the Hispanic community and in the culture, isn't a majority of the times the boys is honored more than the girls in y'all culture?
Yes.
Because that's what I've
Well, it
seen.
depends. We're
That's what
Mexicans
I've
are
seen.
machistas, remember?
Yeah,
I, I, I,
Yeah, no,
listen, I've seen not
machismo culture.
Venezuelan.
Machismo culture. I saw that from
was fighting
Hispanic
for
families when I lived around when I lived around some Hispanic and white families. I'm gonna
they
be
cuddle
completely
the
honest.
man, yeah.
I'm gonna be completely honest. When I lived around some white and Hispanic families, that really started to change my idea of thinking because I was like, damn, the shit that I was seeing growing up with dysfunction was not normal because they seemed and we all know it's dysfunction in every culture. It's dysfunction and degeneracy in every culture. But it just seemed like it was a more of an appreciation for men in the Latin culture, from what I've seen, from Puerto Ricans and Mexicans. Because I've been around both of them since I was a child.
Because they're
So
raised to like be submissive. The woman, like they're raised to cook, like take care of the house, and then while the man goes to work, it's
thank you.
just how they're raised, I guess. And
Thank you.
then, but nowadays, the woman don't want to cook. The modern woman, if they work now, they have to work, I guess. We'll buy takeout. Maybe it's too hot to cook. You have to be understanding now because
But
that's a thing,
is
I
it
guess.
that blatant? Is it that blatant disrespect in the community right now, where a woman just curses out the man or
I mean, we
just
have
blatant
discussions.
disrespect?
Everybody's gonna have their problems, and women
I ain't
do
gonna
wear
hold
out.
you though. It's actually increasing though, because the stuff that we talking about in the black community, it been like that for a long
It's
time.
yeah.
Even in Caribbean cultures,
Hmm.
a lot of times it's more like it's way more matriarchal than patri because there's a lot of more single mothers than just single dads and stuff like that. So I would say like across cultures is getting more and more. To black point, I'm seeing an increase in it. You know what I'm saying, in other cultures, but I'm just saying I don't see it as blatant or as much in other cultures as it is with black culture, bro.
I think that black men can be extremely disrespectful when it comes down to how they be,
No, and the
how they
crazy
are.
part that with this AI, bro, all these lonely men are just gonna have AI girlfriends. Now there's AI
Come on, bro.
companionships and shit.
Vato, I think you want
Look
an
at it.
AI girlfriend because you always said, bro.
They,
This is
they,
like
there
the
was
third
a
time you said that tonight, bro.
there was a it came up on the YouTube, and then this guy's married and he has a AI companionship. You know, so it's like that plankton, like that cartoon, that plankton. You know how he had his robot girlfriend. That like if they predicted the future, bro. Like if you look back at it, it's crazy because you know how he has that robot girlfriend.
Mm. I think we need to get on up over it.
Say you have a pocket punani without even saying it.
So you got a what?
A pocket punani.
Oh yeah. I needed the Vato definitely on that type time. Any final considerations before we get on up over here, man? Shit.
My fault, y'all. I'm very strong willed, so if y'all, you know,
I
if
just
y'all
want to
got
thank you for showing that, showing, the other side of like, okay, this is what they had to say and this is what came out of it. I still push through, even though some people might think that my show was kind of ghetto. That's kind of what happens when you team up with people that are not on your team, and then you have to kind of pull yourself out of it and still make it happen. I wasn't gonna just not let the show happen. I had put too much money into it, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna, and I just, so, but it showed that I was capable of putting together a show. You know what I'm saying? It showed that I was capable of getting people to the concept was there, but if I with the right team could have been way better.
All right.
Thank you, Taylor.
Ain't too late for you. I think you I think you got a good end figured out. The other part that you probably missing out, I don't think is that much shit. You know what I'm saying? You was able to put that shit together on your first like live event. You know what I'm saying? That shit is impressive. You know what I mean?
Thanks. I wish, I'm glad. Like I said, the only thing I look back and say, you know what? If that would have been 100 people, I don't know if we would have been able to control the crowd because it just with those small group of people, it was like you couldn't hear the audience, but the audience was getting riled up. You know what I'm saying? With subject matter, you have like a very controversial panel of people, and so yeah.
Did you make your initial investment back? Like at least half of it? Once the
Hell no,
views?
bro. You missed the whole shit. She didn't make no bread
Yeah.
from it.
It was just put out money, 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 money. But I'm able to look back and say, okay, I did something. It didn't even get the views on YouTube as I thought I was gonna get. So
Yeah, but I don't think it's too late for your YouTube endeavors, you know what I'm saying? Cause you definitely got hustle, you know what I'm saying? I see almost every day you putting out content and shit. I just think you probably just gotta switch it up a little bit because a lot of people like you Sarnetto, a lot of people is used to like a certain way YouTube was and shit. You know what I mean? Even E Black could probably attest to this, right? How people used to put out content before the shit evolve, you know what I'm saying? So I just think once you adjust to how shit going now, I think you'll be good money because you already got the shit that you know to do and the shit that you got covered. To me, that's the hard part, you know what I mean?
right.
Nah, DJ Academics could have a way better fucking stream, and that fool has like if he's back in 2020 still.
I mean, once you get to DJ academics level, it don't matter about your performance. People gonna just pull up regardless. You know what I mean? You could just go live and fucking play chess or some shit. It don't matter. You know what I mean?
Shit, DJ Academics, he had 200 people on his live stream the last time I looked at his live stream. It's all about subject matter and audience and movement and content and narrative. It you know, like I'm dead ass. This nigga had 200 people on this shit. If he's not talking about Chicago or Drake or Kendrick or some type of beef, you know.
Yeah.
So it like I man, I've been doing this for a minute, and I applaud everybody in their journey, and everybody has their own audience for a reason. You know, so I don't know. Some people try to cheat the system, but I don't know. I'm sorry, I'm
Yeah,
strong with it.
let me tell you something. The weird part of it is that at one point, after I had built up my audience from that, and then the whole Jaguar stuff happened, I had gotten a lot of like, the reason why my thing went so down is because I got like reported. People, I had too many haters. Got reported, lost
Yeah.
my thing for like 7-8 days, and then and when they do that, it's almost like they take your subscribers from you. It's weird.
Yeah.
So at one point, my subscribers were going up, and then they started going down on YouTube, like all the way down. So it's weird. So I don't know. YouTube is weird. So
All right, I'm about to drop y'all in the back, right? And then I'm about to celebrate the super chats because I read them, but I didn't get to play the money song. And then I'm about to send everybody Cellulite. He's live, and then we could chop it up in the back end and shit because yeah, we gotta chop it up about some shit. I ain't gonna hold you, DJ Genesis. I don't know if it's past your bedtime. If
I'm
you
up.
got like,
I'm perimenopausal, so I can't even go to sleep. Trust me.
oh my god,
Damn. What time is it over there? She's
I
having
appreciate
hot
that.
flashes right now.
I'm like wide
Appreciate
awake.
the transparency.
Am I allowed back? Hold on. Speaking of
Yeah,
transparency, am
yeah.
I?
You stay. Don't go nowhere. E Black. You
Am I
definitely
gonna,
need it.
I just want to make sure I'm not getting dropped. Okay. All
Nah, nah. You definitely need a way to and shit. But Vato, we might. You know what I'm saying? Let's just see where it go. You know what I mean? Let me let me drop y'all in the back. Giz, DJ Genesis, Vato. And shout out to everybody that supported the stream. We got the bull himself with the membership, and he gifted us 10 motherfucking memberships. Appreciate you, sir. Appreciate you. And we got Rob Beasy with a $5 hollow. We got Studio Mansion with a $5 hollow. We got Next Level with the Cash App. Truth and Reality Undefeated with the Cash App request. And we got I'm Him. Appreciate y'all. We didn't get to play the money songs individually. I didn't want to break the conversation, but I'm gonna play y'all this and leave y'all with one more song. Stay right here. The stream is gonna automatically redirect you to Cellulite. I think he probably talking about what went on earlier. You know what I'm saying? I might gotta check it out too and shit. You know what I mean? But appreciate y'all for joining us and hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Appreciate you.
More money. Duct. More money. 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 More money. 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 More money. 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 More money. 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 Duct. More money. 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 More money. 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 More money. 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 More money. 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 More money.
Put duct tape over their mouth.
Get out of here. Get out of here, man. Shit, I'm saying. Get out of here for real. I'm saying get out of here for